Joe Russo said that of all the Avengers movies, that Doomsday is his favorite of the bunch. They said it will be re-releasing the film with footage that is set in the Doomsday story that we have added to Avengers Endgame. He didn't say like a post-credit scene. It sounds like we're gonna add some scenes to this actual movie. How would you feel if this re-release now has scenes that weren't in the movie before that tie into Doomsday?
I think it's pretty cool. They are accenting something that you already know and love. And let's just wait and see how it turns out.
Matt Reeves shared a couple images of a Batmobile driving through the snowy streets of Gotham. Who do you think of from Batman's Rogue Gallery?
Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Right.
Do you think a Mr. Freeze, if done the right way, could fit into that universe?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When he opened that door and said,
Boo.
Boo, he just punched him. It's like, oh shit, people's about to get fucked up.
I don't think Fisk would have just given up the way he did. I don't think he would have even gotten into that fucking hallway fight. I think this last part of this thing was just lazy.
Matt Murdock's I Am Daredevil moment is right up there with the original I Am Iron Man moment.
Bullshit.
Sounds like you hated everything I loved. All right. Welcome to Only Comics. I'm Mike. That's Adrian.
What's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Hey, another beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Here we go, bro. Another
Yep.
beautiful day. We can now say we've been doing this for 3+ years, Adrian.
There you go. There you go.
3+ years. Long time, you know?
Yep.
So we are back. It is another day. It's been like rainy, kind of, you know.
New England shit.
Been New England shit all week.
Everybody's
long.
sick. You know?
Everybody. We got, you hear about that new hantavirus that started on a ship or whatever, and there's like 8 people out there infecting the world. Here we go again.
Here we go. Here we go.
This is the pandemic season 2.
They're just testing. They're just testing.
Yeah.
You know.
It's trying to get everybody riled up, trying to distract us from the war, dude.
There's that.
They released some UFO files. Did you see this shit?
I did.
We're talking about that on other stuff, by the way.
The same shit they have been releasing for the past 10 years.
Okay. You have a cell phone. I got a cell phone, right? You ever taken a video with your cell phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What the fuck are they using to take these goddamn videos?
Them fucking disposable cameras or something.
Yes.
I don't know.
Those Kodak disposables in the night? Yes.
I have no, and military cameras are supposed to be the most high precision. The YouTube bomber was designed to take high altitude, 70,000 feet, right?
Yeah.
Whatever number. Fact check.
Yeah, fact check that. Everything.
Not the YouTube bomber, but the YouTube spy plane.
Yeah.
Was designed to take pictures of shit from 70,000 feet, right? That's fucking 30 miles up in the air or some dumb shit, right?
I trust you.
Right? But we can't get a non-grainy picture from all these fucking airplanes, these jets and all this kind of stuff. Come on, dog.
Black and white, bro. It's all black and white. It's all fuzzy. It looks like the shit I used to try to take on my Nokia phone in high school. Like,
right.
God. I mean,
And then it's a dot. What's a star? What's a sunburst? It's not an actual vehicle.
The best picture was the one that had a computer-generated image of what someone described. Bro, I could do that. I could draw some shit and say, Adrian told me he saw this outside. Right. What are we doing here? So, yeah, I was not impressed. No. I was not. Some of my friend texted me. He's like, check this out. I'm like, dude, is the disclosure day come early? And then when I checked it out, it did not come early.
It did not. It did not.
Nope. But we also had this past week Daredevil Born Again Season 2 wrapped up, Adrian.
Yeah, it did.
We got a finale to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
What the fuck? We'll share that later. Yeah. But like every week, Adrian, we got news to get into. We're going to talk about some Doomsday, believe it or not. There's even some DC news. There's some DC news this week. Oh, yeah.
Logo change.
Nope, not a logo change. Not a logo change. But if you are new with us, welcome and just fucking subscribe. Don't wait to see. Like, if you're new here, you're gonna love it, right? Is that a fair statement?
Yep.
Because we've been doing it for 3+ years, Adrian.
Hey, absolutely.
So anyway.
we are guaranteed to entertain and offend you, probably on the same fucking show.
Absolutely. Well, the first piece of news is it's a bite-sized piece of news, Adrian. It's just more of a reminder for everyone. The Punisher, Daredevil wrapped up. Right. Someone we did not see in Daredevil this season was the Punisher, unfortunately. We will see him this Tuesday, though. On the 12th, Marvel's going to release the Punisher One Last Kill special presentation. Now, I'm excited, but I have an issue, Adrian. I got an issue. Okay. That's one thing you'll realize here is we have issues, right? Is that a fair statement? We'll always find an issue in something. So this special presentation is being released on Disney Plus. What the fuck is a special presentation?
Isn't that like a Christmas special? It's like a one-off, right?
A one-off, yeah. But I think that Marvel's gun shy about something. And I could be crazy off base making shit up, but I think they're gun shy about something.
What's that?
So they put movies in the theater, right? And then they have this app, this Disney Plus. And they make shows for this app, but the shows a lot of times feel like a movie that's cut up into episodes. We talked about this, right?
Yep.
You end up with 6 fucking 12-minute episodes. You start doing the math, you're like, bro, you could just made a 2-hour movie.
Right.
I think that they're gun shy or maybe insecure about making movies that are direct to streaming. You remember the old direct to VHS?
Right.
There's maybe a slightly negative connotation with that, right?
Absolutely.
Like if I'm the movie studio, you come to me with your script and you want me to fund, and I go, dude, that's like a direct to DVD movie. You're not going to be excited.
No.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
So instead of making a direct to streaming show, a movie, they make things like an 8-episode season with 20-minute episodes or a special presentation. Just make a fucking Punisher movie and put that bitch on Disney Plus.
Right.
Is that a fair, like?
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, I mean, the worst case scenario is that, well, it's not a worst case scenario, but just think about it as marketing, right? Like when you put together an event in a business, you order food.
Yeah.
You know, it's catering. But, you know, it's not just your dinner, but it's a marketing expense. It's part of the whole entire presentation. And they have to start looking at these direct to streaming as that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's part of your marketing thing. You're doing something over here. It's not box office kind of shit.
Right.
But it tells a story that doesn't have to be, you know, the $200 million budget. It doesn't have to have all the players in it.
Right.
But it tells a story that links to other things. And they got to stop thinking about, how about this? If you make good enough movies, actual movies, for these special presentations that go direct to streaming, you get rid of that direct to streaming connotation.
Right. Yeah, I would prefer that instead of these weird fucking naming. Oh, it's a special presentation. Just give them a one-off fucking movie.
Right.
But I am excited to watch it,
Sure.
that being said, you know.
Sure.
And at least it won't be cut up into 6 different 12-minute episodes, you know, because by the time you do the recap, the previews, the end credits that are somehow longer than the damn, like, do we need the end credits to be that long?
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyways.
Apparently.
Yeah, apparently they do. So, but either way, I am excited for this. Punisher.
Sure.
Get to see our boy Frank Castle back on screen. And believe it or not, Adrian, today on the Who the Fuck Is segment, we're going to do Who the Fuck is Frank Castle?
Okay.
This was a suggestion by one of our TikTok followers, man, pause. Gonna clear that out, dude. Fucking, like, you know, you sneeze once, Adrian, just wrecks your whole afternoon.
It sounded chewy.
Yes, it was a little chewy. It was. Moving on. Avengers Endgame is going to be re-released in the theaters September 25th. Okay.
Following in the footsteps of Steven Spielberg.
They
right?
are. Spielberg,
or James Cameron or whatever.
Whoever him too. All of them. But so I'm just going to tell you, we're going to go through a handful of Doomsday things right here. Not really rumors. These are more, I guess, statements from people that worked on the movie. You know, we're getting to that part of the marketing, Adrian, where we get the directors and the actors, and we're not going to get a trailer, I guess. Maybe the trailer will come out after the movie, which I'm cool with, though. I'm cool with that. We haven't seen fucking anything from this movie yet.
Right.
But Joe Russo, one of the directors, he's talking to, is it Collider? CBR? He's talking to someone who's not us. And you're a creative person, Adrian, right?
Yeah,
you make things.
I like to think so.
Now, when let's say you're working on, I don't know, go back to your old drawing days, right?
Yeah.
You're working on a new drawing, and then you finish it. Is there a good chance that new drawing is going to be your favorite?
Yes, it is.
Like a recency bias almost. Like you just now maybe it is because it
Sure.
truly is your favorite, but it's like it's my new project, so this is my favorite project.
Sure.
So I asked that to make sure I'm not, being biased here.
Mm.
Joe Russo said that of all the Avengers movies he's made so far, that Doomsday is his favorite of the bunch.
Okay.
So I'm trying to weigh the the bullshitometer here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is he gonna say that because it's what he's working on right now? Or is he gonna say that because this movie is that fucking good and it truly is his favorite? I don't know.
Well, you're speaking of old skills. You were in construction, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So when you first started out, you were kind of, I'm not really sure what I want this house to be, right?
Okay.
Then house number 2, you get a little better.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take what I learned in house number 1. I'm gonna do this one, but okay, now this number 2 house is the best house out of the 2 I built. So then you get to 3, and then number 3 is like, okay, I've learned some shit. I'm no longer uncomfortable. I'm no longer staring off into the fucking water trying to figure out what it is. I'm spending less time building because I'm spending less time questioning myself.
Yeah.
Right. So I know I do that a lot.
Sure.
Right. So that's why I don't like a lot of help, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing half the time until I actually do. Well, I think this one for him is one of those moments where he knows what the fuck he's doing.
Okay.
So it could be one of those situations where it's not just his favorite movie. He knows what the movie is based on the things that he's done, and he's perfected, he's crafted, he's pulled out all the good shit from all the previous, and he's now putting it in this, and now this is his baby.
Okay. So it's not he's not high on the bullshitometer is what you're saying.
Or it could be that.
It could be. But they also talked about adding some scenes. That's really the bigger piece here. And I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, but you don't even know what the movie is. So how do you know they're going to add this? What scenes they're going to add?
Because they gave us some insight. This is what they said. They said it's critically important to re-release the movie. Okay. We'll be re-releasing the film with footage that is set in the Doomsday story that we have added to Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
It's an opportunity to create a bridge from Endgame to Doomsday in a very unique way. So I don't know based on what he said, they're going to be adding, and he didn't say like a post-credit scene. It sounds like we're going to add some scenes to this actual movie that are taking place in Doomsday. Now, he could have just left the fact out that it's going to be a post-credit scene. But how would you feel if, this re-release now has scenes that weren't in the movie before that tie into Doomsday?
I think it's pretty cool.
Okay.
All right. Unless you are vehemently opposed to BBLs, right?
Okay.
you got your girl, right?
Yeah.
And she's fine. She's cute the way she is. She's like, I'm gonna get a BBL. So then she goes and get a BBL, and you like the first version. You understand the first version, but you thinking BBL. I'm not sure I'm gonna like this.
Yeah.
Right. Then it happens. Boom. Comes out. It's like, oh shit. Or it's gonna be like, oh shit. So you really don't know.
Right.
I think it could be, let's call it a new chapter. But the fact that they are trying to do something that actually connects this to that, because also it's been a long time. A lot of people don't even remember parts of the old
what was
show.
it, like 18, 19 maybe?
Right. So they are accenting something that you already know and love. And let's just wait and see how it turns out. You might like the BBL.
Okay. Adrian, you're on a whole new positive leaf today,
Hey.
That's it's a change. It's because Mother's Day.
Yeah, it's Mother's Day. If I'm not positive, I'm getting my ass beat. Damn.
There you go. It's trauma, right? I better behave on this day.
Right.
No, but that is a good point. It doesn't change, I guess, your first experience with this movie.
Absolutely not.
It almost, the movies, it sounds like what you're saying with the BBL analogy is the movie's a living thing.
Yes.
And sometimes living things change.
Any media, anything that you observe or experience is a living thing, because your perspective, the information that you have about the thing that you had, your positioning, how you're looking at it, the people that's around you, all of that changes every time you see it. So even though the media might not change, you have changed. So therefore, the experience is a living, organic experience. Damn, that sounded profound, right?
Damn. Actually, you're gonna break this one out for you.
Let this man cook.
You know what's funny though? When I watch movies that I haven't seen in a long time, I usually feel like they added scenes. So for me, I guess I wouldn't even fucking know, bro. I was like, oh shit, that was in there.
He's like, I don't remember that part.
Dude, I watched Doctor Strange. That was for our Road to Doomsday movie. And I've seen this movie a couple times. Dude, I'm watching the beginning of the movie when the buildings and they're all folding up and I'm like, I don't remember ever seeing this scene. Like it literally felt like they added, so I got to restart. I don't know if they added more scenes there too. But yeah, you know what, Adrian? You talked me off the ledge. Because I was leaning like, the fucking fuck with the movie. The movie's done. Just add a post-credit scene. Now, they could say all that just to be adding a post-credit scene that takes place in Doomsday, which I'm cool with too.
Well, of course, some of it is marketing to get you to go see
the re-release.
The re-release.
Yes.
Right.
Like, please don't overhype it. Please don't go, we're going to do all this stuff connecting, and it ends up being like, you just see a fucking Doom mask at the end. You're like, really? That was the scene you added? Seriously?
Right.
You brought that to the table? Shit. No, it's usually bigger than this. Anyways, so that is releasing on September 25th. So I was planning on going to see it again anyways, because that's it. That is a really great movie theater experience, right? There's some movies that most of them, I watch it at home, bro. I'm cool. But there are certain movies that I'm like, I'm glad I saw that in the theater.
Yeah.
And Avengers Endgame is one that checks that box. But speaking about Doomsday, we talked about Mystique last week. Who the fuck is Mystique? And we all know the best version of Mystique was Rebecca Romijn.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's not even close. And believe it or not, they're bringing her back in Doomsday because we suggested this a few years ago. I'm wondering, dude, how much of this movie is based on things we told them to do on this podcast?
Well, I mean, we just saw a whole documentary based on like literally everything that we was talking about. So probably the chances are fucking 100%.
Yes. So you know what? I'm glad you guys listened about Rebecca Romijn. But she made some comments about, and it's funny, the two actors that I'm going to talk about right here that made some comments about the film are two people we talked about last week. Rebecca Romijn, who plays Mystique, and Nightcrawler, Alan Cumming. So, you know, her son that she threw over into the waterfall. Yeah, happy Mother's Day, Mystique. She just
wait a minute. Her son that she turned into a man to conceive. And then turned back into a woman and then threw him over the fucking bridge.
That's kind of like, yo, be careful what you ask for, right? You wanted this kid so bad and then look what you got.
Wow.
So anyways, she described the movie, working on the movie, as surreal. You know, it was a big deal for her reprising a character that she played over 20 years ago. So that was cool for her. And then she mentioned, but the reason I brought this piece up is that her next comment, she talked about some scenes being on set with over 30 actors. And when she's saying actors, she's or over 30 characters on set. So, you know, it's going to be too many cameos. That's not why I'm bringing it up. I don't think that's too many. But, dude, what scenes are going to require 30 fucking characters in them? Holy shit.
Wow. Well, I mean, when they first got together on the new planet, there was like everybody was there, right? So
you're talking Secret Wars.
Well, yeah, but I mean.
So for Doomsday, I hear Secret Wars, it's easy. Like, fucking, they got a battle world, everyone's here, but what kind of battles going on? It's got to be a battle, right?
Necessarily.
No, it could be.
It could be like the Council of Reeds. You know, you got fucking all these people.
30 fucking Reeds everywhere.
You got all these different characters around debating about something. Like, what the fuck are we going to do with Doom, right?
True.
Or, hey, we see this other planet just came into our in our fucking galaxy or whatever. What are we going to do about it? We got 3 moons now. Let's talk about it. So it could be something like that.
That's a good point, and we've seen that in a lot of Marvel read a comic. We've seen that in a lot of Marvel comic events where, you know, in the House of M, right? What the fuck we gonna do about this bitch Wanda? She killed everybody, and you're all debating, arguing, almost fighting over whose decision that is. So that's a good point. Could be that. Could be a giant fucking battle. Could be, you know, a reading club. You know, probably not that one though.
Or she could be lying.
Yeah, she's lying.
I mean,
there's only 5 people. What are you talking about?
Right.
But then Alan Cummings, he also says some things about the movie. And what he talked about was the fact that it was confusing sometimes because there's a lot of characters that in the script, they change the character's name so that if you're reading the script, you really don't know who's in the movie to avoid leaks. You wouldn't know until fucking, I guess, Doctor Strange shows up on set and you're like, bro, I thought I was doing this scene with Reed Richards.
Right.
And so they really did a good job to keep that type of stuff under wraps.
Wait a minute. I've heard of compartmentalization.
Yeah.
But damn, they switch up the names. But doesn't that affect inflections, your response, how you deliver? I mean, no wonder the fucking movie takes forever to do.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? It's like you kind of have to because people fucking talk. Huh? For years, we've had plenty of fucking things leaked in these movies.
I mean, fucking janitors talking about shit. I mean, the fact that they even gave them a platform to say this shit. I mean, that's one thing. But, the janitors, the coffee boy, everybody's leaking shit.
So he described the movie as superhero soup.
Damn.
So I think it just kind of validates the whole 30. I mean, it means there's going to be a lot of people in this. But what I wanted to point out was, remember about a year ago, they did that chair reveal?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of names that were confirmed, but there's also a lot of big characters that have not been confirmed, which are probably going to be some of these surprises. So I wanted to go through them, and I'll give some, and I wanted to ask you, like, give me 2 or 3 that you're surprised, or you'll be surprised if they don't show up. They haven't been confirmed, but they can still show up. Make sense?
Wait a minute. So you're going to give me a list of those that may not show up or the ones that will be in the movie?
Nope, the ones that haven't been confirmed yet.
Yeah.
And I want to know of these.
Which one surprises me? Got it.
No, which one where you're going, there's no way that dude's not in this movie.
Okay, got it.
So here's what we got. We got Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange, hasn't been confirmed. Tom Holland, Spider-Man, hasn't been confirmed. Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch. Brie Larson, Captain Marvel. Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye. Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight. Matt Murdock. Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. And Hugh Jackman's Wolverine has not been confirmed. Of those, who are you like, dude, there's no way this dude's not in this movie?
All of them but Moon Knight.
Really? You think all these motherfuckers are in it? Yeah. But Moon Knight. I'm thinking there's no way Doctor Strange is not in this movie.
Right.
That one would shock me if he didn't show up. And then if I had my second would probably be Scarlet Witch.
Nah, my second would, at the very least, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Yep.
Okay. But this is specifically Tom Holland. I think we know Toby's going to be in this.
I understood. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, understood.
That's why I didn't, because I'm like, if there's a Spider-Man, I don't know that they would. But yeah, I'd be shocked to not see Scarlet Witch in this.
I would be shocked, like I said, all of Moon Knight.
Okay.
I mean, Moon Knight doesn't show up anywhere.
Something that showed up this past week was a shot of a DC movie, Adrian. Believe it or not, they're still making movies.
Outside of the Super Friends?
Yeah, outside of the Super Friends. So Matt Reeves, though, now this is like, the grown-up DC. This is the Reeves verse. Our boy Robert motherfucking Pattinson, Adrian. The Batman 2, they're working on it. And Matt Reeves shared a couple images of a Batmobile driving through the snowy streets of Gotham. So here's one of them. I mean, it looks like a Batmobile in the snow, nothing crazy. And then here's another one. And then he says in his little tweet here, #snow tires. Now, they say a picture can say 1,000 words or something like that. So what does this say to me? Well, obviously this movie takes place in the winter. Okay, so that's kind of a no-brainer, right? Snowing.
Or torrential rain.
That too, but he said snow tires. So it's in the snow. Now, everybody's head goes to snowy Gotham. Who do you think of from Batman's Rogue Gallery?
Yeah, Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Right.
Now, Mr. Freeze is a character that we've seen on screen, kind of.
You didn't understand him, but you saw him.
Is he Batman? We saw Arnold's good old Governor Arnold.
Right.
Arnold. I mean, Arnold's one of the goats. I love Arnold, but this was not it, dude. This was not it. So we've never seen a real serious version of
Right.
almost said Sub-Zero. This motherfucker, Mr. Freeze, on screen. Now, it the real origin, like the true story of Mr. Freeze, is very fucking dark and very, I guess, grounded. And it, his wife being sick,
Right.
she's terminally ill. He's deeply in love with Nora, and he's somewhat of a doctor, scientist, right? So he figures if I can freeze her, just like they put Walt Disney on ice,
Yeah.
allegedly. If I can freeze my wife,
Yeah, kind of like that.
kind of, yeah.
I mean, he's already dead. Well, supposedly, allegedly.
But if I can freeze her and then find a cure for her sickness, bring her back to life, right?
Yep.
So, and then there's an accident, turns him into, this individual that he also can't survive without being frozen. So he makes the cryo suit and all that good stuff. Now, the first the Batman with Riddler as the main villain was very grounded. There was no supernatural shit in that, no really power. I mean, he's injected himself with like a venom to give him a little boost, but there was no super powered individuals in there. Do you think a Mr. Freeze, if done the right way, could fit into that universe?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You have something that requires a bio suit to sustain your life. Remember? No, you don't remember. Back in the day, there was this movie called The Boy in the Plastic Bubble.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Played by I think it was John Travolta.
Okay.
Anyway, he had this disease where his house had to be hermetically sealed. Okay. And for those that don't know what hermetically sealed means, no air can get in or out, kind of a deal. I mean, it wasn't that extreme because then the family wouldn't be able to breathe and all that bullshit. But anyway, he had to have a special environment because he was literally allergic to everything. And all he wanted to do, he could look out the window, see the kids playing, all this kind of shit. All he wanted to do as a kid, go out and play. Back in the day when people actually went out and played. Now, nobody would give a fuck, right? They wouldn't even know he was sick because he'd be in his room, fucking thumbs hurting. Anyway.
They would be like, yo, he hasn't been on Roblox all week. Where is he?
Exactly. So what they did was they made this bubble that he could get into, right? And then go outside in the bubble. Okay. Kind of a deal, right? So, and we talk about like, being allergic to things, how the Hulk works and all that kind of shit. Your body is very adaptable, right? Yeah. So it's not unheard of that. Also, when you get sick and they don't know what the fuck's wrong with you, what does the CDC do? They put you in these little airtight pods and move you around. Right. So it's not unreasonable or outside of the realm of normalcy to have something happen to a person to where they would need a containment suit. It just so happened that, if you got the money, you can make one fucking mobile. Sure. Right? So, yeah, I mean, it's very plausible, feasible, understandable if this character comes out.
Yeah, it wouldn't feel out of place in this movie. No. And the winter setting would be perfect. I mean, think about some of these visuals, right? And Matt Reeves has expressed interest in a realistic version of Mr. Freeze in a past interview. This was in 2022. He made a comment. He says there's actually a grounded version of that story which could be really powerful when they asked him about Mr. Freeze. And I think you can, and that so far, I know it's only been one movie, but the Batman, it's dark, it's grounded, it has that noir feel. It really is. I mean, they really try to tap into the emotions of the characters, right? I mean, you got, Bruce is all fucking depressed, beating people up at night. You got the Psycho, the Riddler. So I could see them really taking this character and spending some good time on, I guess, explaining the psyche, explaining why he wanted to do this and how it fucked him up. Right. And so, I'd be down with it. I definitely would be down with it. Now, there's also some comments that Reeves made in the past. So I'm wondering if they do go Mr. Freeze, do these comments kind of contradict each other? He mentioned that, number one, the antagonist would be someone that digs into Bruce Wayne's past and his life, which I think Mr. Freeze can fit that, right? There's versions of the story where he's working at Wayne, some Wayne type company.
Like literally, not only does Batman create all these supervillains. Fucking Bruce have employed them.
Yeah, exactly. So that's easy, right? And then the other comment, though, he said that the big bad from this movie has never really been done in a movie before. Now, the fact that he said never really been done, because if you go never been done, well, we did technically have a Mr. Freeze.
Yes.
But I think it still fits, right?
Yeah.
Or am I just fucking, hopeful wishing over here?
I know when you say not really been done, it's like I was listening to something the other day. Coke can get away with Coke Zero on a can in the United States.
Yeah.
Right. But overseas, they'll say Coke like none or something like that. Right.
Okay.
Which, and if you look at it, the surface of it is that, well, none is the same thing as zero, but it's not.
Right.
Because they have different levels of what's considered zero.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just this whole, slight of words.
Yes.
Essentially.
And so it still checks out.
Yeah.
It doesn't rule it out. And
like you always say, Doom has not really been done right.
Correct.
In the movies.
That's true.
Same thing.
So, yeah, definitely same thing there. We do know Harvey Dent's in this movie. We do know that Sebastian Stan. We do know Scarlett Johansson is in here, but we do not know who she's playing. They could have really threw us a fucking, they could have really head faked us with this Sebastian Stan and Scarlett announcement, because initially we were all thinking she's playing Gilda Dent. What if she's playing Nora? What if she's playing Mr. Freeze's wife, who's, I don't know if you'd, waste a big name like that on someone who's going to be fucking frozen for half the movie.
Right.
Or maybe there's a lot of, flashback scenes where she's in. Who knows?
Also, Scarlett doesn't really fit Nora's physique. She's like a short gymnast.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson. Nora, in all the things that I've seen her, she's like this elongated, almost like a Russian European, tall, slender, like a ballet dancer kind of,
like a Gwyneth Paltrow or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, there you go. Fucking bring in Gwyneth. Why not? You're bringing all the other damn MCU actors and actresses over,
right?
So if I can bring her too. Speaking of MCU actresses, I'm gonna say his name, and I'm gonna bet you have no idea who she is, because I just learned this name last night. Margarita LaViva.
Never heard of her.
She plays Dr. Heather Glenn in Daredevil Born Again.
Didn't know her name.
Me neither.
No, she's fucking twisted.
Yes, she is twisted. And we saw something, Adrian. We saw something that I predicted.
Yes, sir.
I was sitting right here. You were sitting right there. And I looked at the camera and I said, we are going to see a lady Muse in Daredevil. Now, it didn't happen this season, but she put the fucking mask on.
Right.
She did it in the finale.
And she was happy about it.
She was happy as fuck, dude. She's ready to go kill some motherfuckers. So he who is right has returned.
There you go.
Yes. So next time I fucking tell you guys something, fucking listen. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Shit, why would you be watching not subscribe? God. Anyway, so Margarita shared some photos too, Adrian. She definitely went down a pretty dark road this season, right? Which I thought was cool, because she was a character who really annoyed the shit out of me initially. And now I'm really starting to like this descent. And I was thinking, is it me, or do we normally see the redemption story? We don't usually see a massive descent in a lot of these movies and shows, right? And like, am I off base there? Because yes, the main villain, but it's normally about, like we saw the redemption with Cole North, right? He's now, he's on the good side.
Yeah.
But the fact that they spent so much time kind of introducing this character as an ally to Matt, and now we see this descent to a villain, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, we'll talk about it when we talk about the Daredevil show. But dude, I'm just that's her doing that was kind of the highlight of this show for me.
Okay. Well, let's take a look. She posted some photos. We got her sitting in the chair here, and then we got this. So she's teasing it, the Muse. So not only did she put it on in the show, she took the fucking prop home, I guess, and is playing with it. And Muse, so in the comics, Muse was an Inhuman whose spirit was possessed, or his spirit possessed the second incarnation of the villain. So there's been a few different Muses in the comics.
Right.
There was a version where the spirit of the last Muse possessed the current one. That sounds better than when I first tried to explain it. And I know we've not really seen supernatural kind of magic elements in Daredevil, Born Again.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, in the Netflix show with the hand, we saw some supernatural type shit, right? They resurrected Elektra or whatever.
Right.
But it seems like that's kind of what they're doing here. Like seems a little possessed by this other, Muse with the flashbacks.
Right.
Now, whether that just remains a flashback or there's more to it where we're going to see more of him kind of guiding her, which I think we will in the third.
I don't think that's possession. This is psychosis, dude. She's fucked.
Yeah.
So,
but it could go either way.
Yeah, it could. It could.
But either way, though, I fucking told y'all, and I'm glad they're going this route. I think it's cool. It adds, because it used to be your girl, dude. Now she's gonna probably be out trying to fucking kill you.
Yeah. Probably even more so now. Anyway, we'll get to that.
Yes.
Too.
Last piece of news. Another actress from Disney Plus's shows here, Tatiana Maslany. She plays She-Hulk. Your favorite show, Adrian.
Oh, yeah.
So she made some comments, and I think that maybe she's a little off base, okay? So someone asked her about basically not just returning as She-Hulk, but there being a second season of She-Hulk. Her response was, I don't know. I think people would be mad at me being on their screens again. Now, she was kind of joking, but do you think people really would be mad at seeing She-Hulk again?
No.
No.
I mean, it was a shit show of a show. People aren't really going to expect too much more from that, but at least the person who participated in the shit show should return.
Yeah.
I mean, don't switch it up just because the show was bad. The writing is bad. Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. She was a good enough lawyer. Yeah. You don't need a bodybuilder in there playing the lawyer part.
Right.
Right. I mean, you have enough female bodybuilders to play the She-Hulk.
Yeah.
In green paint. I don't know. The whole CGI just fucked up everything for me. But I don't think I'm hoping she's joking.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to make any difference.
No. And I wouldn't mind seeing her back. Man, and even if I don't, I'm not, petitioning for She-Hulk season 2, but I think having her come back in one of these Avengers movies would make sense. I mean, she's in a lot of the big events as a background character,
right. I mean, again, if even the bad shows is part of marketing, just keep putting the stuff out there. It eventually will improve. And just keep Marvel, out there.
Yeah.
Because DC show ain't doing it.
Nope. They're waiting for the right moment, dude. They're just,
DC is going like Burger King, dude. It's like they're just slowly fading away or something. I don't know what's happening with Burger King.
Dude, the last time I ordered Burger King on DoorDash and they forgot my Whopper, I was traumatized.
Oh, they didn't forget it. Driver ate it.
Which does happen. I've had ex DoorDashers tell me that.
Right.
So, anyways. Well, that is the last piece of news. We're going to wrap up news and rumors with a little thumbs up, thumbs down. Starting with The Punisher, One Last Kill, the special presentation, as they call it, releases Tuesday, May 12th. I give this a thumbs up.
Yep, thumbs up.
Joe Russo tells Deadline that they have added some scenes to Avengers Endgame for its re-release, and these scenes will be set in the Doomsday story.
Okay.
I give this a thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Rebecca Romaine. No, you good?
Yeah.
Rebecca Romaine described shooting Doomsday as surreal. She mentioned shooting some scenes with over 30 characters on set. Alan Cumming, he called Doomsday superhero soup. I give this a thumbs up.
Sure.
Because, one of my issues with Daredevil Born Again is where the fuck is everybody else at?
Right.
So I'm glad that everyone else is in this fucking movie. Matt Reeves shares a couple of images of the Batmobile, Adrian, driving through the snowy streets of Gotham. Don't worry. He's got his snow tires on. Everyone's thinking, Mr. Freeze, oh my God. I guess a thumbs up.
I think the Batmobile in that insurance commercial was better. I thumbs up. It's marketing. Who gives a shit?
Yep. Something else that's marketing is Margarita Leviva, who plays Dr. Yeah, everyone's like, who the fuck's that? Plays Dr. Heather Glenn in Daredevil Born Again. She shared some behind-the-scenes look at her in the Lady Muse costume. which I predicted right here. I give this a thumbs up.
Sure, thumbs up.
She's going psycho. Oh my God. Hey, another one of those, right? A female character has to be psycho.
Yep. You gotta build in that limitation.
Yep, always. And when she was asked about the possibility of a She-Hulk season 2, Tatiana Maslany says she thinks people would be so mad about seeing her on their screens again. And I give this a thumbs down.
Yeah.
As much as it was not my favorite show, I wouldn't mind seeing her on screen again.
I agree.
I'm sorry, you was thumbs down?
Yeah, thumb down. Basically her doubting that people would want to see her.
Yeah. Okay, bring her back. Who cares? I mean, you're bringing everyone back. Who gives a shit, right? Well, that is thumbs up.
Except T'Challa.
At some point, Adrian,
that's
a suggestion they haven't listened to us on. You know,
Hey.
fuck. At some point, maybe.
Hey, they changing the voting districts. Why would they bring him back?
Well, that is thumbs up, thumbs down. Subscribe if you're new here. Also, if you want to get into some of that other stuff with us, we're going to talk about these so-called UFO files. We're talking about Valiant Thor, not Thor from Asgard, some other shit. Oh, we had all kinds of stuff. You can check that out. It's the membership. Shout out to all the interns out there, the Legion of Interns. It is $4.99 a month, and you get a whole nother podcast, as we call it. So you get double bang. AWOB, Adrian. Yeah. It's another week, another banger, and you get banged. You can get banged 2 or 3 times a week if you really want to. So someone that does a lot of banging, not in that way, some physical, painful, deadly banging is the Punisher, Adrian. So on this week's Who the Fuck Is, we are going to find out who the fuck is the Punisher. It's good timing because we have his special presentation, as they call it, being released in a couple of days. First, I'm going to tell you who the Punisher is not, okay? He's not a superhero. He is not Batman with guns. He is absolutely not a fucking role model. He is a mass murderer.
Right.
He's an ex-Marine Force recon vet with insane PTSD. He doesn't have a rogue gallery, Adrian. You know why he doesn't have a fucking rogue gallery? Because he kills all the villains.
Right.
He don't have a joke. No, he don't have any of that shit.
Right.
Because he just takes them out. They don't survive and break out. He just fucking kills them. And even his name is Frank Castle, dude, but he's not Frank Castle. He's the Punisher.
Right.
Frank Castle died when his family died in Central Park.
Right.
And he's literally like a shell, a ghost of his former self. And he's just fighting this kind of never-ending war. So Frank motherfucking Castle. Now, in order to understand who he is, we got to talk about that origin and how he became the Punisher. So Frank is believe it or not, he wanted to be a priest initially. Yeah, so before Frank joined the military, he studied to become a Catholic priest, but then he dropped out for one reason.
He saw the priest lining the boys up.
I don't even think he got that far. He realized that he was unable to forgive people who committed evil. He knew he would not be able to he didn't want to absolve for sinners. He wanted to punish them.
Right.
This is long before he ever picked up a gun. This is this is who he is.
Right.
He's like, because you know that, especially, Catholic religion, you could fucking slaughter, half of a country and you go, sorry.
Right.
Say 32 Hail Marys, 16 Our Fathers, fucking do 3 cartwheels, put the holy water on your face and drink some wine.
Well, I mean, drop the stack of cash.
That too, yeah.
You gotta add that in there.
Tip your server. So he was like, dude, I'm not down with that shit. You're gonna come here and tell me you killed 12 people? I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Right.
Was kind of where he was, getting to. He was a great soldier though. So he joined the Marine Corps. He was a black ops ghost. I don't know a whole lot about the military, but that sounds like a badass motherfucker.
Right.
Black ops ghost. He went through airborne school, UDT, underwater demolition, sniper school, and eventually became a captain in the Marine Force Recon. He's a badass motherfucker.
Right.
So now he's just a dude. He's not super powered, but there was a point in his in his time overseas where he kind of may have unknowingly signed his family's death warrant. Okay, so I did not know this until I did this deep dive. During his third combat tour, the base he was on, Fire Base Valley Forge, was overrun by hundreds of soldiers, enemy soldiers. So they're outnumbered, they're getting attacked, everybody's fucking dying in the mud, there's blood everywhere, and Frank hears a dark voice in his head that allegedly was this physical embodiment of death and war. Okay? This voice offers him a deal. I will let you survive this battle, and I will let you wage an eternal war that never ends, but it will cost you everything you love. Frank says yes. So what happens next? He single-handedly slaughters the entire fucking platoon, and he survives. So people say he unknowingly signed his family's death warrant, making this deal to make it out of this, thing alive.
Some Mephisto kind of shit.
Pretty much, right? So that happens. He ends up getting out of the military, and he's living this life, this kind of illusion of peace for a little bit. He had a wife and 2 kids. His wife Maria, kids Lisa and Frank Jr. And the problem, though, this is a guy who he loved his family deeply, but the guy who came back from war was not the same guy who went to war.
Sure.
I mean, that's very normal, right? And he, as much as he was this badass, he was, the captain of this recon team. He suffered some severe PTSD. And it wasn't the kind where he's terrified at, fireworks and shit like that. It was the type where he's bored. He couldn't relate to civilian life anymore. The paying the mortgage, fucking, how's the weather? He can't do that. Right. His mind's on this other shit. So essentially, depressed, right? And the thing that he tries to hide deep down is that he actually loved the war. Frank liked that shit. He missed that part of his life. So they end up going to Central Park, have a picnic, right? He's trying to live the normal life. And he happens to just be at the park, wrong place, wrong time. The Costa crime family, they're doing a execution. They're getting rid of someone. And you know how the mob is, dude. You can't have any witnesses, right? Doesn't matter who it is. Mm-hmm. They don't know you. You happen to walk in and they're whacking somebody. Bro, you're going too.
Right.
I won't say nothing. Oh, there's only one way to guarantee you won't say nothing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Frank and his family witnessed this execution. So they opened fire on the picnic blanket, killed his entire family. He survived. And then guess what happened? The Costa family got away with it. Why? Well, because they had the police on their payroll, like a lot of, happens a lot in a lot of mob stories, right? So that is what kind of sent him over the edge, because you take away everything he loves, and then there's no justice served. So the mob sends this guy, Billy Russo, to clean up the mess and kill Frank, and Frank easily fucking takes him out, puts a bullet right in his head. Then he threw him headfirst through a thick plate glass window. The glass shredded his face into this fucking puzzle. Frank didn't kill him, I'm sorry. He left him alive, turning him into this disfigured person who ends up being Jigsaw. One of the most famous storylines is the Manucci story. I think they even adapted this in the show.
Right.
With the polar bears. So this ruthless mob boss, Manucci, sends an army to kill Frank. Frank eventually corners her at the Central Park Zoo. He don't shoot her, though. He throws her into the fucking polar bear enclosure. The bear mauls her, ripping off both arms, both legs, leaves her there to bleed out. She actually survives. So she's this fucking limbless torso. She continues to hunt him. Bro, months later, bro. And then he finally finishes the job by kicking her body into a burning mansion. And the limbless body fucking kicks her in there like a fucking soccer ball. Get out of here, bitch.
Damn.
Dude, he's done some crazy shit. He's done, I mean, there's this storyline where he dismantles an entire Eastern European human trafficking ring. He corners the leader, who's fucking ruined countless lives. He don't give him no quick death, dude. He drags him into an alley, ties a chain around his waist, throws him through an unbreakable reinforced glass window. He likes those fucking thick glass windows, right? But he measures the chain perfectly. He doesn't hit the ground, dude. He's just dangling waist deep into this shattered fucking glass. Every time he moves or twitches, the glass slices deeper. So you got all this glass. He's literally on the pile, but not long enough a chain to actually die. So he bleeds to death over several fucking hours. So he's someone you don't want to fuck with, right? Now, the thing about Frank, though, is he ain't got no powers. He's not a mutant. He don't do no magic. He ain't having no fucking sparkles. He ain't got $1 billion to build a Iron Man suit or nothing like that. He is peak human in a few ways. He's like a tactical clairvoyant almost. He can't see the future. He's not like, Mystique's wife or whatever. But he can predict it through this like almost sociopathic math. Before he ever steps foot in a building, if he's planning some mission, he's already ran 1,000 combat simulations in his head. He knows the structural integrity of your fucking walls, dude. He knows how many seconds it takes for the local precinct to respond to an explosion. He has done his homework. It's like Batman type prep shit. Yeah. Because he's got to do this.
Absolutely.
He's in a world with super, mad, whatever you want to call him, mutant, superpowered, all this shit. And he's just a fucking dude with some guns. Right. So you're going to need an edge. And the way his brain fucking works, he's a little different, dude. So you think you may just be in like a gunfight with Frank, but odds are he's already been there and set up fucking traps. I mean, you walk back and you get snatched up by the feet. He shoots you in the head. Like he's got time. He ain't got nothing else to do. Right. He ain't living no life.
Your mark is gonna be he's gonna show up to the park on Wednesday. You come in on Sunday and camp out.
Right.
Because they're gonna probably send somebody ahead on Tuesday. Yep. So you just beat them there. Yeah. Just lay low. Yes, that's the mission.
Absolutely. And I mean, it makes sense from his military training, how high he moved up the ranks there, all the missions he's gone on. So he's a badass motherfucker. Right. He doesn't have a healing factor, but dude, he survives a lot of things like getting shot, stabbed, and broken bones and things because of this almost psychopathic pain tolerance. Right. So like if you and I, well, maybe not us, Adrian, maybe like normal people. Yeah. If they get shot, your body's gonna go into shock, right? Like fucking your brain, like you can't move, you're fucking shaking, lay down. You're not, your body's gonna go into shock to try to save you. Well, Frank's brain will override his human biology just through this fucking rage that he has. He has figured out if he gets shot, he can literally take a bullet, take a knife to the fucking kidney, and his heart rate won't spike. Because his brain will shut down these pain receptors. So his trigger finger doesn't shake. He's got that much fucking control.
He's like the non-superpowered battle beast from Invincible. Okay. Yeah. He's like, it's not like he wants to die some glorious death. Yeah. But he can take some pain.
Yeah. And not let it impact anything else he's doing. So it's not a superpower, but the thing is his will to kill you is actually stronger than his body's will to die. Right. His body will push through. It's just a fucking bullet wound. Who cares? And he can stabilize himself. I mean, that is crazy, being stabbed in the kidney and you don't even have an elevated heart rate. Yeah. Holy shit, dude. Hey. The skull he has, the skull logo. This is there's a lot of, I guess, reasons. It's not just I want to look cool. he didn't just wake up one day and decide, you know what, I want to fucking brand myself and let me paint this on my chest. No. He actually he learned this when he was overseas, when he was at war. There was I forget where it was, but he noticed some of his enemies wearing a skull like on a chain, and he kind of got the idea like, oh, that's something that they're doing to maybe symbolize death, maybe to, I guess, induce some fear in probably your enemies, right? Like, oh, shit, fucking skull. I mean, they're gonna kill me. So what Frank did was, after his family was murdered, after he heals up, he gathers all his military gear to go on his first little crusade, and he takes the white spray paint, a can of white spray paint, and he sprays this skull onto his body armor. Because the absolute last thing he wanted this Costa family to see was that symbol for death. And the reason why he sprays it on his chest, it's also not just his chest, it's a very, very fucking intense Kevlar vest. So the idea is spraying the skull over the thickest, heaviest part of this suit.
Brings attention to people that's firing at it.
There you go. Yep. It's so layered. Dude, his vest is so layered with Kevlar that it can stop a point-blank shotgun blast.
Damn.
And high caliber armor-piercing rounds will not pierce this fucking thing. But yes, it is essentially there. It's a bullet magnet. He wants your attention to go there because he's just a dude, right? Shoot him in the head, he's gone. But if I have this all black and this white skull is the only thing that you see, and I pop out, the idea is it's a bullet sponge.
It's kind of like the same principle, the reverse principle of, so with a handgun, there's a debate about whether or not you should have a flashlight on the gun, literally mounted to the gun.
Right.
And some people are like, yeah, it's convenient, but others are like, well, in the dark, the whole reason that you got the light on the gun is because it's dark, right? But in the dark, what are people going to shoot at?
Right.
They can shoot at the light. And where is the light? The light is usually center mass some kind of way. Because if you're like this, right, your face and your upper, the most sensitive parts of you is right behind that light. And if they shoot at that light, even if they fucking miss the light, they're going to hit the head or the chest or the heart or something like that. So his thing is the opposite. He wants you to shoot at the thing that gets the most attention.
Sure. And I mean, he's not going to show up in broad daylight, right? Like it's a dark alley, a dark warehouse. So he's got all black. That's literally the only thing you're going to see from a distance.
Right.
So it's like the monkey brain just fucking takes over. Oh shit, target, boom. Meanwhile, his head's up here,
right? But
he's got, black mask or something on to where you can't see. So yes, it's exactly what it's for. And it also, it's drawing the fucking attack there, because again, if you shoot him anywhere else, dude, it'd be pretty fucked up. And the symbol, though, is something that has been kind of misunderstood. I mean, during a lot of these like protests and a lot of this fucking, crazy shit we've seen in this country over the past few years, we've seen police adopt it as like a symbol. And it's like, dude, that is literally the opposite of what that symbol means. That symbol signifies someone stepping in and taking justice because they felt justice didn't really happen in the system.
Well, I mean, if you look at police as a whole, why was it even created? It was created to hunt
runaway slaves, yeah.
Right. And if you think hunting black people is justice, then you wear the skull on your police uniform.
But you're fucking misusing the symbol.
Well, not to you.
Not to you. But but for what it fucking stands for, you are misusing this motherfucker. And Marvel's actually made that point in the comics. They built this into a story where Frank, there's two cops put the logo on their car. Frank rips it off and he tells them, we don't do the same thing, dude. If I find you trying to be like me, I will come for you next.
Right.
warning. Cops ain't off limit for his ass either.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't get served justice when his family was murdered because of the crooked cops. So yeah, that is something that that definitely pissed me off when I saw that being used, that symbol being used in that way recently.
Right.
It's like, y'all, you guys are the fucking problem.
Yeah.
I like when we do these who the fuck is to talk about the characters' relationships, but Frank don't really have relationships.
No.
No, he's got some people he crossed paths with.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. You can even say he hangs out with. He crosses paths with these people, and he likes some of them more than others.
Right. Now, we are going to see Frank in his, special presentation. We're also going to see Frank in Spider-Man Brand New Day. A lot of people, when that was announced, like, why is he showing up in the Spider-Man movie? Well, listen, stupid. In Amazing Spider-Man 129, back in 1974, the Punisher made his first comic book appearance. So that's why he's in the fucking movie. Because he made his first comic appearance in a Spider-Man comic.
Right.
Hence why we always talk about it's not crazy to have cameos from other characters in anything.
Right.
Because they technically live in the same universe. He was hired to assassinate Peter Parker in that comic. So these two have they share a lot of time together in the comics, and they have a major fucking clash of ideologies because, Spider-Man also tends to, not want to kill people, right? I mean, I don't know if he has an actual no-kill rule, but I know his goal is always to, catch the criminal versus kill them. So Frank kind of looks at Spider-Man when he webs up, a villain and leaves him for the police, that's a failure because the villain's just going to break out of wherever he's going
Or get bailed out.
And Frank believes Spider-Man's just a naive child playing dress up. Spider-Man will try to lecture Frank, Frank usually responds by shooting criminals from, under Peter's webs, like the same shit he does with Daredevil.
Right.
But he does respect him in a way because of his power, how strong Spidey really is.
Right.
Daredevil's another one. These two literally fucking hate each other, but respect each other. They have a very toxic relationship, right? Matt being the defense attorney, he still believes in the justice system, right? Due process, he always talks about that. He is a Catholic. He does believe in redemption. Frank is someone who, again, watched this system that Matt believes in fail his family. So Frank is the judge, the jury, the executioner.
Right. And I'm sure, the justice system failing his family is the catalyst of the Punisher.
Right.
But I'm sure he sees daily how the justice system fails people in general.
Yeah, it's not just
And
his
then
family.
on top of that, it's, you catch a criminal, you put him in jail, the criminal gets off on some bullshit thing, or some lawyer gets him off, or he gets a slap on the wrist, and then Frank says, I'm tired of that.
Right. Yep. And that's pretty much their dynamic where, Daredevil thinks that Frank's a psychopath. He actually thinks he makes the city worse in a lot of ways. And Frank thinks Daredevil's a bitch. He thinks you're a coward. You don't have the balls to do what actually needs to be done.
Right.
You're doing half the job.
Right.
You're catching them, you're stopping them, you're beating them up, and then
For today.
Right. You're handing them over.
Yeah.
Frank's like, why hand them over? Let's just kill them. We don't have to hand anybody over.
Right.
Because if we kill them, they can't do what they just did again.
Sure.
But they end up working with each other a lot because they both are on the side of good in a way, right? So they end up having some common enemies at times. Wilson Fisk being one of them. Now, Frank, normally he'll just kill the mobsters, dude. There's no problem. But Fisk is someone he's rich in the comics. He's a billionaire. He's insulated by armies of fucking high-priced lawyers, corrupt politicians, heavy-armed mercenaries. So he's not as easy to kill as you would think. But then the other piece of it is Fisk is a mastermind.
Mm.
You take out Fisk. Fisk, in a lot of ways, keeps order to the chaos. You take out Fisk, and then the streets are going to be a lot more dangerous. That's kind of the I guess the given. That's why I believe Frank won't just kill him. Because if I do that, then there's 100 Fisks.
Right.
This is kind of the devil we know. He also, he manipulates Frank a lot as well by feeding him intelligence on rival crime groups, right? And Punisher's kind of like, he knows it. He ain't stupid. But he takes the bait because, bro, a dead mobster is a dead mobster. Right? So even though I know Fisk is also doing this shit, if he's going to feed me these other ones I can clean up, again, he's a shell of a person, so he's out to punish.
I mean, also he can keep tabs on Fisk.
That too, yeah.
And by allowing Fisk to continue, Fisk actually reduces the number of the other mobsters in the area that Frank will eventually have to deal with.
Right. Nick Fury's another one he's got an interesting dynamic with. That now, Nick and Frank both are traumatized veterans.
Sure.
They both understand, Nick understands that the world is kept safe by men who are willing to do horrific things.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of shit. I mean, it is real life too. Shit we don't talk about.
Yeah.
It's kept safe because someone's willing to go drop a bomb somewhere.
But then again, but you also have to look at it through the lens of the person that's pulling the trigger.
Right.
Right. Yeah, there are some horrific things that has to be done, but do they need to be done? You know, when you're talking about exterminating a race of people, yeah, that's foul.
Oh yeah.
Right. As opposed to, okay, somebody's getting ready to drop a bomb. Well, you got to take him out, which maybe he's around his family when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, but then when you so like the cops with the Punisher emblem on their cars and on the uniforms and stuff and the pins and shit, you know, they are taking it, they're twisting something into something else to justify why they do what they do.
Sure.
So yeah, horrific shit has to happen, but it doesn't have to happen to everybody.
Right. And these two have that mutual understanding. Now, the problem, though, is Fury's the director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Sure.
So he's kind of tied a little bit, right? He has to kind of hunt the Punisher. The Punisher, he goes against what S.H.I.E.L.D. allows or stands for, right? You can't just be going around killing whoever the fuck you want. But Fury, a lot of times, looks the other way. There's been multiple times, where he will accidentally leave the S.H.I.E.L.D. armory doors unlocked when he knew Frank was in town. Like, bro, help yourself kind of shit. He has secretly fed Frank coordinates for terrorist cells that S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't legally allowed to assassinate due to these international treaties, right? We can't do it, but them dudes are around the corner. Okay? So they kind of... They work together well.
Sure.
You know, covertly, I guess. Captain America, dude, he is shit. Frank is the ultimate Cap Glazer. He'd been happy today to see us with this attire on. And I think to sum up their dynamic, first of all, he respects what Cap represents. He respects the uniform. He respects, you know, the whole military tie they have together. I mean, Frank fought in Black Ops jungles, and, you know, Cap fought in World War II. Frank looks at Cap the same way some of these people look at their religions. Like, it's that crazy. He, in Civil War, the comic Civil War, when Frank killed a couple villains, and, you know, Cap's not down with just killing people either. Cap got so mad that he beat Frank to a bloody pulp. Remember this shit?
Yeah.
And Frank just dropped his hands and took the beating. And he said, "Not against you, Cap." Like, he has that much respect for him, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So and Cap it's very one-sided though, because Cap is disgusted by this motherfucker.
Right.
You know, Steve Rogers believes in, you know, the precious human life, and he views Frank as a serial killer who he looks at Frank as someone who disgraces the uniform, but he also feels pity for him. So a very interesting dynamic. And then the last but not least, your boy, Tony Stark, Iron Man. Very different. I mean, Frank lives in a rat-infested basement. He'll eat, cold soup out of the can, rip his own fucking bullets out, and Tony's a billionaire. We know the Tony story. Lives in a penthouse. He's a fucking billionaire. He's got all the tech in the world. Frank looks at Tony as a spoiled, arrogant fucking brat playing dress up, totally disconnected from the real street life that everyone else is living. It's kind of fair, right? A little bit.
So let me explain this dynamic in case people don't get it. You become rich so you don't have to live in the fucking same place that you started out in. That's the whole point.
Right.
I have no problem with people being rich. It's the abuse and the mentality that comes behind it.
Yes.
That fucks them. And Tony, in this particular case, if Tony was a different personality, not egotistical and all, I think the dynamic would be different. It's not the money, it's Tony.
Yes. Because he looks at him as, you're just a trust fund kid, dude. Your daddy handed you this. You don't know what this. And you could argue.
Well, that's not true either. But
right, it's not.
I mean, he did start out, a little bit more wealthy than most, but he also built his own shit too, because he lost his shit a lot too.
Oh yeah. Oh, we've seen Tony broke and busted in the comics several times. And then Tony looks at Frank as this broken ass dude that just like, we just need to fucking get rid of him, right? And dude, there was a story where Frank actually stole a War Machine armor from Tony, and he flew over to Europe to this dictatorship and massacred a corrupt military regime with this suit. Tony had to assemble a team of Avengers to hunt Frank down. But I mean, think about, he's a motherfucker. You don't want him to have this type of, I guess that's also a great point too. Like, it's probably good for a lot of other characters that Frank is living in this rat-infested basement and is poor, because imagine him with Tony's tech. Yeah. Shit.
He probably wipe out a third of the planet.
Oh yeah, be world peace, bro. Be a fucking lot less populated, but be world peace in this motherfucker.
Hey, you want population control? Frank Castle.
There you go. Dude, I remember one of the most intense scenes. There's so many intense scenes with Frank and Daredevil in the show, right?
Right.
I don't know what season, what episode it was, but I know you'll remember this. Remember when he knocks out Daredevil and he chains him to the roof, right?
Yep.
And he's
the gun episode.
Yes.
Yep.
He gives him the gun. And he's sniping somebody. And he's like, kill me or I'm gonna kill him. And that, Frank will test Daredevil. Even when in Daredevil Born Again, the first season, when they're in Matt's apartment and the AVTF show up.
Right.
And even though they're trying to kill Matt, this is where Matt, I know, annoys the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And even though Punisher's there to help him, and if he wasn't there, Matt would have been killed, he's still pissed when Frank shoots someone.
Right.
And I remember he was like pointing the gun at somebody. I think it was Cole. And Matt's like, no. He's like, oh, he's not worth it. He's like, what about him? And he shoots the other guy. It just shows you that's their dynamic. That's their. I think that as much as they hate each other, but have respect for each other.
Sure.
It's just weird. As much as you can respect someone that you hate, and maybe hate's a strong word for those two. They don't like each other.
Right.
They're not fond.
Yeah.
But they do have some type of mutual respect.
Yeah. Is there a DC, I can't remember off the top of my head, is there a DC equivalent of the Punisher? Because I'm going through the roster in my head, and the closest person that I can even think about is Deathstroke, but Deathstroke is just a mercenary.
Yeah.
And, he gets paid for his shit. Frank just goes around just eliminating the trash.
Right.
Deal. So I'm kind of trying to think if there's a DC equivalent of the Punisher.
I don't think so. I hear the Deathstroke similarity, but Deathstroke falls more on the villain side, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's Deathstroke is also a enhanced individual.
Yes, true.
So much so that when he had a son, he passed some of that shit on to his son, who also became. But his process, Deathstroke is a mercenary. He's a gun for hire.
Right.
Frank is just something else.
Yeah, he's what he is a badass motherfucker. And I get, some people will say, it's Batman. I don't think it's Batman at all. there's some similarities.
Women, they compare Punisher to Batman.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Well, if Zack Snyder's making the Batman movie, then I mean, he's 100% Punisher with a cape, right? You know, shit.
And with money.
Yes. But I don't see, I think the big similarity between those two is the whole prep situation. The way their brains work with prep. Like, that is something they have in common. But outside of that, not at all.
No.
Even, I mean, Frank knows he's an expert in a few forms of fighting, but nowhere near like no. And he's more in the brutal fight, like street fighting and some fucking very brutal ways of fighting.
Also, Frank shit, I mean, it's kind of like Batman, but not even because Batman is detective work or going into a situation. Frank shit is reconnaissance.
Right.
I think those are two different things.
Sure.
You know, Frank will, what do I need to do to get to this target in this building? Batman he knows everything about everybody that's in the building, knows about the history of the fucking building. You know, what are the outer fringes of when I go in and do something, what are the other things that could happen as a result of my going into this space?
Right.
So, and he almost has to do all that extra work because he's not going in there to kill anybody.
Right.
He's going in to stop, secure or apprehend. Frank's just going in to kill. He don't give a shit about getting out.
No.
He just want to make sure that he succeeds once he's in there.
Right. Another similarity, I guess, would be the gadgets and the tool. Like Batman's got his utility belt, and he's got all kinds of shit in there. Frank's more on the weapons and ammo, but he's got a lot of shit with him too, where off the cuff he can throw a fucking grenade. He's prepared for a lot of situations.
Well, I mean, he's learned to deal with, but his shit is off the shelf.
Yeah.
Batman's is custom.
Right.
All of his shit is custom. And Frank is just give me all of that shit.
Yeah.
But that also makes him, so he almost has to have this psychopathic resistance to pain, because when he goes in, first of all, he's got that heavy ass vest on.
Yeah.
Everything on him is fucking heavy.
Right.
You know, a couple of bombs, couple of this, you know, so on and so forth. So I also think that in part of his prep or his reconnaissance is he's staging shit. Like if you've ever seen John Wick, he'll go and scope out a place and he'll put a shotgun here or fucking bomb there. So he doesn't have to go in with all of that
with everything,
shit.
yeah.
But he also has access to it once he's there.
That makes sense. Well, everyone, that is who the fuck Punisher is. I definitely learned a lot about Punisher, and it just another one of these human characters that is peak, dude. Like but you have to be. He's got to have those skills and has to be so peak at a lot of these, you know, normal human things to compete with actual superheroes and mutants. And I mean, he ain't just taking out fucking regular ass people.
Right.
He'll go after some of these motherfuckers too, but he's got that level of prep, and it's a badass motherfucker. And I will say, I do think he was missing from this past season of Daredevil. I think there was a little void not having him there, you know?
And he was needed there too.
He was needed. So speaking of that, let's get into it. Daredevil.
Well, before we move on from Frank, I think so. It just so happens that I was watching something last night, the White Files, and they was talking about the third man. And it's like Charles Lindbergh's, a couple of cats that went mountain climbing, this chick that got lost in a cave under the ocean. Is this idea of a third man. So when you're facing absolute death, you kind of see somebody at the corner of your eye, and they're typically helpful.
Okay.
Like this woman, she went under the ocean and she couldn't find her fucking trailing string. And it told her, hey, it's right above you. Charles Lindbergh, when he went across the ocean, he was almost dying because he's tired. He's been fucking all this stuff. He's falling asleep.
Yeah.
And all these people showed up, these ghosts, he calls them, right? And it helped him keep him awake. He was successful. Couple dudes went up on his mountaintop. They got in some trouble. The guy at the top had to cut the line. The guy fell down with a broken leg. And instead of climbing out, the third man told him to fucking go deeper. And over days, he crawled out of this thing and actually met his companion at the camp. So when you brought up the fact that when Frank was at this war, before he became the Punisher, something told him, "Hey, I'll get you out of this if you're gonna have to lose everything."
Yeah.
I think it's a third man kind of a deal.
Okay.
And it helped him get out of the situation. I think writing that in was weak, right? And it really didn't play anything into the fact that he showed up. He was at a picnic and a fucking crime family was killing somebody, and they happened to kill his entire family. That's just drama.
Yeah.
They could have kept that. Something he made a deal. They could have left that bullshit out. But there is a thing called a third man. That when you're in a absolute death situation, this feeling right out of your peripheral kind of helps you along. I think that's what he experienced.
Got it. And it's funny you say they could have left it out because it is a newer piece. Like it's something that was in a recent comic where they went back and showed that they always got to add something, dude. They got to spice it up,
Well, we don't need the BBL in this one.
Ah, shit, leave it out. But all right, Daredevil, Born Again, season 2, the finale. Let's start with. There's a lot of things in this. Now it sounded like you didn't like it.
I was when he didn't take out Bullseye. I just checked out.
Okay.
Hey, at that point, I was ready for this fucking season to be over. And all this bullshit that happened. I don't think Fisk would have just given up the way he did. I don't think he would have even got into that fucking hallway fight. I think this last part of this thing was just lazy.
Okay.
And the chick becoming Muse was probably the more exciting thing in there. And yes, definitely Frank should have showed up some fucking where.
Yeah. All right, let's go to kind of early in this episode. Matt's in court. They call Fisk to the stand, right? And he's walking that line of like, dude, this is his last resort, pretty much.
And that's another fucking thing, too, that I hated. Anyway, go ahead.
Sounds like you hated everything I loved. I'm going to go right to
I am Iron Man.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you didn't like that? I love that.
No,
oh,
I didn't
man.
like that. That was bullshit.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought I like how it was his last resort, and I think they built the intensity up with this scene because you're really thinking, is he really gonna fucking go there? When he mentions that, hey, there was one fucking witness.
I actually thought at that point Bullseye was going to show up in a Daredevil costume.
We've seen that before, yeah. And Fisk, you could see what I liked about this scene was Fisk is the mastermind, right? But Matt ain't, dude, he wasn't in the special class, bro. He's pretty fucking smart himself.
Sure.
And he figured out a way to outsmart Fisk here because he kind of had that card in his back pocket. Now he had to give up everything, right, to do this. This was the last result. He was all in because the only way that he's going to prove that Fisk is guilty is by admitting that he's Daredevil.
Right.
And he does, dude. I thought the reveal was great. And it did remind me of the I Am Iron Man. It's so funny though the contrast in these characters because Tony did it for the whole popularity, right? Like, dude, Tony's doing it like they're telling him not. Just like, wait a minute, everybody loves Iron Man. Fuck that, I'm Iron Man.
Right.
Matt did it. It's the last thing he wanted to do. He did it because as much as he believes in this damn justice system, the only way he's truly going to stop Fisk legally is by admitting that he's Daredevil because he's the only other fucking witness. He's the only witness that's still alive.
And the attempted murder on the fucking senator wasn't going to do it, and all this other shit that was going on wasn't going to do it. They didn't even bring up the firefight in the garage in the previous one. You sent all your minions over to fucking try to kill us, and all those people that was with him protecting them couldn't have witnessed. I mean, you got all this other shit, and you got to say that.
But I mean, Fisk owns the courts, though. He owns the courts. They tell him, look the other way, look the other way.
Or at least that
not.
Court. Apparently not, because the chick in the middle judge, she was allowing a lot of shit in at the last minute.
She was.
Right.
I think once she realized that Matt has real evidence, like even though Fisk has this shit, he's got this chokehold on it. You can't dispute that.
Right.
Which then turns into Fisk refusing to concede and locks himself up in the courthouse. The other big piece, before we get to the finale or the final, I guess, fight at the end. We talked about Muse, female Muse. You said that was the highlight for you.
Right.
Why is that the highlight?
Or
I guess what'd you like about that the most?
It is the other shit was so unnecessary and predictable that her doing that stuff, and even her psychotically enjoying the fact that she finally put the mask on and accepting whatever she thought about when she was in the mask. It was just a feel good moment out of all of what I considered bullshit in the whole movie.
Yeah. Dude, what I liked about the ending was you got Fisk locked in this room. Like, I knew he's gonna snap at some point, right? And Fisk, I think people that don't know truly who Kingpin is just think he's this big fat dude, right?
Right.
We talked about this before. He's strong as shit.
I think they actually put him at the Captain America level of strength.
Really?
Yeah, like 800 pounds kind of shit.
And he's not a super.
No.
He's just strong as a motherfucker.
Right.
And we get to see that in this hallway scene. You know what this scene reminds me of, and it proves a point that you and I made here probably a year ago now. Remember the whole, could 100 men take out a gorilla?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
what the fuck would happen, but that's a toned down version of what would happen.
Well, exactly, a toned down version.
Yes.
Because first of all, if you got a fucking gorilla coming out, most people are going to scatter first and foremost because they don't understand what they're looking at,
right.
But they do know that a gorilla is powerful as fuck. Then when he starts, and it's not just Fisk was grabbing people, crushing their skulls, slamming them up against the thing. A gorilla is going to fucking bite your face off.
Yes.
I mean, so there's carnage involved. You see that shit?
Yeah.
So now you got the other fucking quarter of the people scattering.
Right.
So as soon as he came out, he was able to do that as a man. Yeah, no chance.
Dude, when he opened that door and said,
Boo.
Boo, he just punched him. It's like, oh shit, people's about to get fucked up. And we did see some of like what we talked about. The whole, dude, if the gorilla comes out, half the crowd's running away, bro.
Right.
How many times in this scene, you got this crowd of all these guys excited, and then he picks up the guy, takes his back and snaps it over and a lot of, oh, fuck this, I'm out. Like, they start going. Like, you see that here, and this is just one individual, but he is wrecking shit. And then I like how this is shot because on the other side, you got Daredevil and his crew fighting, the AVTF. We got to see a little bit of White Tiger in action.
Yeah.
But my issue with this end is where the fuck is everybody else? Meaning, I get that, because this is a question that Stan Lee has answered back in the day about comics, right? All this is going on in a Spider-Man comic. Well, how come no one else helped them? Well, everyone's busy handling their own fights sometimes, blah, blah, blah. Okay. There's another explanation they use sometimes where, the stuff that Spider-Man's dealing with, let's talk about some MCU movies, Vulture flying around and stealing tech. That's not really big enough to get on like an Iron Man level.
Right.
Okay. But I would argue that what Fisk did in this show is big enough to get on someone else's level. It's New York City, dude.
Yeah, but so Spider-Man, Iron Man, all these people, they're not going to be paying attention to, not necessarily paying attention to a trial. Because really, you went from a courtroom trial to a fucking massacre in a very short period of time. Now, you brought this up with the Penguin movie, the show, right?
Yeah.
He's a street mob. He's not on Batman's radar, right?
Right.
Well, until the end.
Yeah.
So by the time, so he has to build. So that could explain a lot,
Okay.
right? So they haven't bubbled up to these other people's radar. And also, New York's kind of big.
New York's big. We saw Avengers Tower in the show once, in the skyline, with the new one with the fucking Sentry shit. So I hear that. So that excuse for me handles a category of characters. Okay, the big dogs. Thor's not going to come down to fucking check this out, right? Captain Marvel's not flying in to find out what's happening here. Sure. Captain America. I mean, Sam. This is where we start getting into that. Sam's in New York a lot, right? The new Avengers Tower now, based off of Thunderbolts, is right up the street. He's okay. Sam's not there. Doctor Strange, he's out fighting incursions, maybe, but fucking, he's on Bleecker Street, dude, right down the street. Okay, maybe not that one. Bruce Banner, we saw him in the Spider-Man trailer teaching in New York. Yeah, that's right up the road. The fucking Thunderbolts, the new Avengers. Right. Y'all are in that tower right there. You know that this is on the news, right? I get what you're saying about this specific court scene, but what Fisk has been doing, that you saw the fucking boat sink in the goddamn harbor. Like, come on. They don't pop up. And I'll excuse all that. Spider-Man, I get the whole Sony rights and all that shit. They can't be in there, whatever.
Fucking the whole X-Men.
X-Men,
yeah. You had that whole entire crew.
Right. Now, we've not seen them in the MCU at all, so maybe they don't exist. But I'm going to give you two names that is fucking mind-boggling that these two didn't show up. Kate Bishop is Hawkeye. Why? Well, fucking Kingpin was in her show, and they crossed paths there.
Echo.
There you go. Echo tried to kill this motherfucker. Right. She shot him in the fucking face in her show. So you mean to tell me that she hated this dude so much that she tried to kill him, thought he was dead. He returns and starts doing all this shit, and she doesn't go, you know what? This time I'm gonna take him out for real. Right. So those, I'm just like, guys, make it make sense. Got it. Just have them pop up and help like Jessica Jones did.
Right. And it doesn't cost you $1 million to have an Iron Man suit in the fucking TV show.
Exactly. And if you want to say the reason why everyone else can't be there because they're supposed to be for movies, we're not going to bring in fucking Sam Wilson for this. He's supposed to be in movies. Okay, I got you. Right. Kate Bishop and Echo are from your own TV shows. Daredevil was an Echo.
Or fucking She-Hulk.
Somebody.
Matt's in her shit fucking her. Right. Why can't she do the reverse?
This is, and I think that was a perfect opportunity to just have a couple cameos. Sure. They don't have to have a crazy plot. They don't need to be in here for 3 fucking episodes. Show up right at the end.
Right. Hey, Matt, we heard this shit on the news. Just like Jessica. Matt was like, I thought you was gone. She's like, well, now I'm back.
Right.
Just pop in. Yep. Right.
Then they save Luke Cage. We get to see Luke Cage at the end.
That was...
one fucking day too late? Seriously?
Right.
Really?
That was a waste.
It was.
Yeah.
Well, he was out working on this. Stop. You got Luke Cage. Have him fucking show up.
Right. And Jessica was like, well, are you done? Yeah, I'm done because they got somebody new. It turns out to be fucking Bullseye. Obviously, the cat was having a talk with him over a period of time.
Absolutely.
In order to make that exchange. Luke could have came home, at least a couple of days earlier, right?
Sure. So yeah, I mean, but I'm not. We disagree on that. I love this episode. I thought it was great. You don't. But that if I had one issue with this show, with this episode, was just that. Like, why we got these characters, guys? Let's fucking use them.
I mean, did he bring in bitch ass panty wearing fucking Iron Fist?
Right. Where's he at?
Right?
He don't want to help out. I mean, shit. Yeah, it was definitely. I think that was a down for me.
Yeah,
and I'm torn on the whole Matt talking Fisk down. I know you said you didn't really care for that. Like, he's not going to stop.
No. Well, he wouldn't have even put himself in that situation. He would have had a contingency plan to get himself out.
Yeah. I
mean, yeah, you got the whole Vanessa Reyes thing, but even when I kind of knew it was going to happen when the senator came up and said, you're no longer mayor or whatever. And he was like, well, there's a process for that. And I have at least 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be some bullshit after that.
Yeah.
But I don't think he would have, went out like that. I love this city so much that I'm gonna sacrifice everything, continue to sacrifice everything. Fuck that.
I mean, they did have him on all these murders. They did let him off.
They let him off on everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Put him in front of a green screen island and shit with like nobody around. What he's at? Jurassic Park or some shit?
Yes.
Fuck.
And obviously he's Kingpin. He's gonna come back.
Exactly.
He's gonna be back.
Exactly. Which is what we just said.
Right.
You know? Now, how could Daredevil have resolved all this shit? How could he have not had to reveal himself? Let fucking Bullseye take him out.
Let someone else kill him.
Right.
And I think that is the frustrating part. It's like, bro, if you don't want to do it, okay, fine. Like my daughter will call me, Adrian.
Mm.
We're at home in the same house. She'll call me or text me. Dad, there's a bug in my ceiling.
Wow.
Like, so kill it. Kill it. I don't want to touch it, please. I won't be able to sleep. So she don't want to kill it, but I got to kill it. So I go up there like the Punisher, Adrian. I put my fucking bug-proof vest on. No, I don't. I grab a napkin, squeeze a motherfucker, throw it out, and I'm like, I'm a hero, you know?
But she lets you do it, though.
She lets me do it,
Right.
yes. So in this situation, she's not letting me do it. She's asking me to take the bug and put him outside.
Right.
Let the...
So we can come back later
Exactly.
and we go through this fucking scenario
One more
again.
time, yes. Yeah. So I guess I kind of answered my own question because I'm like, you know, why isn't Punisher in there? But Punisher's not in there because he would have killed Fisk.
Right.
So that's why he's got to be distracted with something else.
Yeah.
You know? So what do we know? We know that next season, we know we're getting Muse, a female Muse. We know that Luke Cage is back in the mix, finally.
Right.
We know Jessica Jones is there. We know fucking Angela knows how to use the White Tiger shit now. And we know that, I think we know that Fisk will be back.
And we also know that they don't turn the cameras off only for lawyer fucking shit in these rooms.
Right.
Because she went in there and beat the shit out of Karen.
Yes.
No cameras.
Right.
You don't supposed to turn that shit off on when a lawyer comes in, from my understanding. But of course, if you own the jails, it doesn't matter, right?
Oh yeah. And I think that was like their way out of all that shit is having Fisk in fucking charge is like now there's no rules.
Right.
Yep, cut the camera off and smack this bitch around a little bit.
So do you think that the guy that was over the fucking thing, remember at the end, he's like, if you're not gonna shoot him, I'm gonna shoot him. He's the one that killed the kid. They gave him the key card. He killed the white tiger. The maniac motherfucker.
Yes.
What do you think is gonna happen with him?
What happened? He didn't get killed, right?
No, they were at a standoff.
Oh yeah.
And they were up on the
because Cole kind of came back.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And he told him to take him away.
Yes.
And then he let everybody come in.
Oh, he's gonna come back as some fucking villain too.
Probably.
Yep, he's gonna be some like
sidewinder or something.
Yeah,
bullshit.
Yeah, or some like Crossbones type of guy.
Right.
Like I'm back because you fucked me over. Right. Yeah. And yep, and Cole North, dude. Who would have thought? I didn't expect that.
No.
The guy with the fucking shredded face to actually, you know.
And your boy Buck got shot. And they actually turned it all into about him and shit. Yes. Right?
Yep. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, Buck caught one, dude. Buck caught one. And it's funny because Daniel told him, like, how long before you're on the, floor with a gun? Right. Now, it wasn't the same, but he got shot.
Yeah.
And our boy, dude, damn Daniel, There was I read this news piece, too. Last thing I'll say about this show is Daniel, originally lived. Originally, Buck let him live. The death was something they added in post.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was a alternate version with him living. As much as he will be missed in this show for me. I thought he was a great addition. I mean, more just like there's certain actors, dude, where they could play the janitor and you'd be like, dude, I love this role.
Right.
And Michael Gandolfini's he is that guy.
Yeah, but you're a fucking Gandolfini glazer anyway.
Dude, I am. But he's the GOAT, Adrian. He's the GOAT. Oh my God. But I think he's a guy who we're gonna see in a lot of shit, dude.
Yeah, probably.
And I think he's a phenomenal actor.
As long as he doesn't go to Macaulay Culkin route.
Home Alone? I don't think so. But
no, not what he plays in, but fucking, he can move beyond a certain thing. Fucking did drugs for 20 years, and then now he's in some commercials. He's like Ice Cube, MC. Nope.
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice. Yeah. One of them.
But I think the one down about as amazing as that death is we're not going to have a Daniel next season. But I do think the story is a better story with Buck killing him. Buck wouldn't have let him survive.
Yeah. Do you think that next season there's any way there's vengeance against BB?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But she's still around.
Yep.
She didn't go out. She didn't run away like Daniel told her to.
Nope. And she exposed herself.
Yes, she did. So absolutely.
Okay.
They're going to be after her, dude, just like they were after fucking Karen. Or they're still after Karen, you know?
And then I'm wondering if Matt thought about all the shit, because at the end it was like, oh, whatever they have, in the little restaurant and shit, chatting out, and they come in, you're on arrest for attempted murder. And then you don't think about it while he's beating people's ass, but he's literally almost killing people and shit, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess so. I lied. That's not the last thing I'm gonna say. The last thing is that Matt, he goes to jail.
Yeah.
Right? For all like you said, attempted murder, all this shit.
All the cops. You see that lineup? They walking in the hallway?
Yep.
All them fucking cops and shit in there?
Yeah. So that leads me to my truly last thing. We got Daredevil Born Again. It wrapped up. Matt's in jail. We saw a Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer recently. We saw Spider-Man fighting the Hand. Adrian, where have we seen the Hand before? In Daredevil. There's a scene where Spider-Man's in jail fighting the Hand, where he's got the webs on the guys. So, and we realize there's some enhancements to his webs now because he fucking snapped the two swords.
Right.
So what's Spider-Man doing in a jail where the Hand is at? Who could possibly be there, Adrian?
And they both have Daredevil in common.
Both have Daredevil in common. So Spider-Man is breaking Matt Murdock out of jail in Spider-Man Brand New Day because he needs some help with some missions. So he's going to put the Daredevil suit back on. He's going to help him. Then he's going to go right back to jail because that's the kind of person Matt is.
Sure.
So that's another prediction here. And I don't ever want to be that fan because I see people online that do this. So that's why I make fun of them here, where they have like an idea of what should happen in a movie. And they go, if that doesn't happen, the movie's gonna suck, right? Or that better happen. But I'm pretty close on like, dude, Daredevil really should fucking be in this Spider-Man movie. Now I'm not gonna be mad if he's but he should be in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Sure.
So we will find out. Remains to be seen, Adrian. All right, next up, Adrian, we are on this road to Doomsday. It's like the Yellow Brick Road almost, except it's not yellow and there's no fucking Wizard of Oz. There's a wizard, though, a sorcerer, Doctor Strange. That is the movie this week on our road to Doomsday. And dude, I'll tell you what, rewatching this movie, every time I watch this movie, I like it more. The first Doctor Strange, this is a phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
This is a movie I think that doesn't get talked about enough. And it was a kind of major changing point, turning point in the MCU, because prior to this Doctor Strange movie, everything was kind of based on like science in the MCU.
Sure.
Right? I mean, even Thor's powers were explained by him kind of being almost just like this advanced alien tech, right? Like, yes, we know there's some magic in there with the mom and stuff, but it was maybe teased a little bit, but for the most part, it was science, right? I mean, Cap with the super soldier serum, Iron Man suits, all that great stuff.
Science and tech, yeah.
Science and tech. And Doctor Strange, this movie really brought in manipulating reality, dimensions, the multiverse, magic, like unadulterated, like not, I made this rabbit disappear type shit, or, look at the pen's fucking, so like real magic, dude, You ever see that where
yeah. I'm bending the pencil.
Or here's my favorite. Oh, look at my thumb. Oh my God. No, like this was real magic, dude.
Right.
And dude, the visuals for this movie are phenomenal. This is a movie where I'm like, dude, you might want to fucking ingest some magic mushrooms before watching this shit. Holy fuck. I didn't do that, but I did burn some of, the devil's lettuce before putting this on. That. And the beginning, the early scenes with the mirror dimensions, it kind of, people compare this a little bit to Inception, where they move the whole, But Inception, it was like they moved, one part of the city folded on top of the other. It was awesome. This kind of took that and injected it with a super soldier serum. I mean, there's shit folding in and out of each other. It actually, it didn't win, but it earned a Oscar nomination for best visual effects. I wonder what fucking movie beat this that year, because holy shit.
All right.
The budget for this was $165 million. Box office, it did $677.8 million worldwide. Dude, that's a major success for a Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
Dude, prior to the MCU, like, did you care about Doctor Strange as a comic character? Like,
Still don't. No.
But he was,
but his role was, it did, like you said, it was a catalyst for other things to follow.
yeah.
So I think the movie was important. And I say I still don't. I mean, I really don't, but he is more important to the overall thing to me now than he was before.
Right. It's almost, I think if we say Iron Man was I say C, you say B, but let's say he's a B level comic character pre-MCU.
Right.
If he was a B level, what the fuck level was Doctor Strange? A D level?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely D.
Like, he'd show up, you knew he had some magic powers, you knew they were gonna, the caption would be some spell that you can't read, blah, 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 some bullshit. And then all of a sudden, fucking things get changed, right? But I was not the guy looking for Doctor Strange comics, dude.
Right.
He popped up in other people's shit, cool.
Right.
But I wasn't, seeking him out. But this movie did a great job of taking a D-list character and making him a mainstream top character in the MCU. I mean, he's one of the top guys in the MCU.
Right.
Right?
I have I think over 700 comic books, and I don't think one of them is Doctor
Damn,
Strange.
not even one Doctor
I
Strange.
got some Submariner, which even that's a stretch.
Yeah.
Right. I do not have any Doctor Strange.
But I like how they went fucking balls deep into Doctor Strange's, lore, the whole dude, they went from, grounded to fucking wacky shit like this, but it was cool. It definitely set the tone for a lot of things to come.
Because he was an arrogant,
Oh my God.
I'm God kind of fucking doctor, which apparently that's the thing with doctors.
I mean, he was brilliant, right? He was the best fucking, one of the best surgeons on the planet, probably. Right. And yes, to your point, he was a dick.
So in the end, even to this day, in the MCU, did he ever fix his hands, or is magic making him think that his hands are fixed?
He's using magic to stabilize his hands.
Okay.
Just like the guy. So this is how he even got turned down that path. So to talk about, the arrogance, he's, there's that patient that they believe is dead, and him looking at the x-ray in 2 seconds is like, no, he's not dead. And I forget how but basically we got to remove this bullet, right?
Right.
And he does that. He's got the best hands in the business. And then he's on this, this right here, he's driving his Lamborghini and fucking crashes because he's arrogant, dude. He's fucking driving at like 100, swerving around everybody. He's talking to someone on the phone about potential cases. He'll only take like the most wacky cases.
Right. Some house shit.
Yeah, oh yeah. Dude, it really did give House vibes. And it's funny because he kind of reminds you of the guy who plays House a little bit. And I'll tell you, I didn't know fucking Benedict Cumberbatch. Believe me or not, I don't know a lot of people named Benedict.
Right.
I didn't know Benedict Cumberbatch prior to this movie. But he fucking killed it as Doctor Strange, too.
I can't see anybody but him playing Doctor Strange. It's almost like a Tony. You can't see Robert Downey Jr. playing anybody other than Iron Man. You can't see anybody. You can't see Robert Downey Jr. playing.
No.
Nobody else playing Tony Stark Iron Man other than Robert Downey Jr. Not that he can't play. He's obviously playing more people.
Right.
And shit.
Dr. Doom, Victor Von Doom, not a Tony Stark variant.
Yep.
But yes, he embodied this character. He did a great job of playing that, pre-sorcerer Doctor Strange, Stephen Strange, the arrogant fuck, and then obviously his arrogance ultimately is almost the death of him. He survives, and you see him change into this, a fraction of who he used to be, because everything that defined him now he lost.
Right.
And you asked the question about the magic. So how he even got turned down this road, if you remember, was there was a case of a guy who went through rehab that had like part of his spine fucking fractured, and he was paralyzed, but he learned how to walk again. And we even find out that was a patient that Strange turned down because he said it was, basically there's no way you're coming out of this. And he learns that, he fucking figures this out through magic, through karmatage. And you really, and we talked earlier about with Daredevil, the whole descent of Heather, we see one of those redemption stories here with Strange. He's going there to try to fix his hands, and then he gets caught up in this fucking sorcerer war.
Right.
And then he what ultimately, I guess, drives him to stay there and almost fix this problem that the fucking ancient one using dark magic. Everyone's using dark magic. They're fucking breaking all the rules. That his redemption really turns into him being that guy who just has to do the right thing. I got this power now, kind of like the whole Spider-Man thing, right? Great power, great response, all that bullshit.
Right.
Oh my God, Mr. Ben, Dr. Ben, fucking Uncle Ben said it. I don't know. You're not an expert. Read a comic. Yeah, fuck you. So, anyways, he has to do the right thing, and by doing that, he uncovers a lot of dirt in Karmata. I mean, the whole Ancient One thing. But even with that, he's very understanding in a way. Like, because he's saying, because Mordo's all pissed, right? Like, fucking, this bitch is stealing shit. Oh my God, it ruins everything. And Strange is like, dude, like, you kind of got to understand why she did it, right? Like, she was doing it for the greater, good, I guess, which is funny. That also explains why down the road, Strange is willing to maybe do a little spell for his friend Peter Parker, right, and break the rules. That has not changed with him. Even with him being a surgeon, I think they kind of alluded to or explained the fact that he's willing to break traditional rules to get the job done. And that's how he kind of uncovers a lot of dirt and karmatage. And we see Wong for the first time. And here, Wong's one of my favorite supporting characters.
Yeah.
You just talk a lot about the supporting characters. He's great. He is one of the only few that can give it back to Strange at a level and where Strange, respects him enough to, I guess, take it. No, did he? But I mean, there's so much to talk about with this movie, but the visuals stand out. It feels very standalone in a good way. Because this is the time this is after Civil War. This is after the first two Avengers movies. This is before Infinity War. This is Marvel kind of building this roster for Infinity War and Endgame. And this movie really does set up a lot of shit, dude. The whole Dormammu scene at the end, I thought that was cool. It looked fucking amazing. And using the time stone. So that is really there's a handful of things, I guess, set up this road to Endgame. One is the time stone. If you remember, he just snatches the fucking eye of Agamotto. I'll just put this shit on. Who cares, right? And at the time, we didn't realize there was a time stone in there, which Wong explains at the end of the movie. But that's how he was able to time travel a few times. That's how he was not really time travel, but turn back time. That's how he was able to outsmart Dormammu. He put him in that fucking time loop where he just keeps showing up and he bargains with him. Because Strange is also Adrian a genius, right? Why not?
Of course.
Now, the Ancient One, that was a gender and a fucking race swap. In the comics, the Ancient One is an old Asian dude. And in this movie, it's a fucking not so old, bald white chick. And they fucking faked this out because when he first shows up in the Karmatage, there's a guy who kind of looks like the Ancient One from the comics, and he's just like another, sorcerer. But of course, this was that era, the era of fucking race and gender swapping. The thing about the Dormammu time loop thing, that is very similar to the way that Strange handled Thanos in Infinity War.
Yes.
We just saw the other side of it, right? Where he's sitting there and fucking doing all this shit. he got stuck in that time loop and saw every possibility until he found one that fucking worked, right?
Mhm.
Same thing he did in Infinity War. He looks into, as he said, fucking 14 million plus futures and chose the one that worked, but he's doing that. He's experiencing all these.
Right.
He's living through the whole shit while everything is frozen, right?
Mhm.
Like, so we don't realize time's going by. He slips out into this out of time dimension in a way and explores all the possibilities. So for us, it's not even a second. For him, it could be fucking 4 years. Feel like it anyway. It also,
Quick question.
yeah.
If you can slip in and out of time,
Mm.
do you age? So if you're 30 today
Yep.
and you slip into the future 300 years from now, did you age or did you just move through time?
I think you move through time. In most of these scenarios, you're leaving time at one point and entering it in another point. You're not living through.
Mm.
In at least that's how I've interpreted in comics and most of these time travel.
So is the objective of living a long time to experience something, an event in the future, or to live through current existence up to a specific time?
I guess depends on your goal.
Me, I hate travel. I just rather be there.
Yeah.
So for me, I just pop me fucking 300 years. In the
Oh
future.
yeah, I'm down with that.
You know, fuck all this World War III shit
Mhm.
and hint of virus and all this bullshit.
You ever seen the movie Click? Adam Sandler?
Is this the remote control?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it kind of speaks to that in a way. It's not time travel, but he's skipping through the shit he doesn't want to be a part of.
Right.
And he ends up realizing that he's skipping through too much shit.
Right.
And then his life passes. So it kind of reminds me of you don't want to try. You want to fucking jump there.
Mm.
Eventually you're jumping everywhere and you fucking miss out on everything, I guess is
It depends on what you also depends on what you're willing to miss out on.
True. But dude, this movie, fun movie, great rewatch, and it sets up the multiverse.
Right.
It sets up magic. It sets up even the Thor cameo. So in the post credit scene, it kind of sets up Ragnarok, which is our next movie, where we know that Thor's on Earth looking for Odin, and we know that Loki's on Earth, and Strange is like, dude, I'll help you find Odin if you get this motherfucker out of here. We also saw in this movie the cloak of levitation. It
Picked him,
right? Because that's the thing about the sorcerers. There's artifacts that are at the at Carmitage, and they choose whoever they want to, I guess, align with. And this cloak chose Strange when he's about to fucking die. He's fighting what's his name, the guy with the melted eyes or whatever. I forget his name. And the cloak saved him, but also chose him. The cloak is a whole character in itself.
Right.
It's something we don't really, you almost forget about. You look at it as just a piece of Doctor Strange, but it's really not. It's a whole fucking character in itself.
It's like most people look at it like Batman's utility belt.
Yeah.
Right. But it's absolutely not. So given that most of the gemstones and the rings and all these artifacts, they're actually like super advanced tech, right? Vision, gemstone, and all this kind of shit. Who's to say that magic is not an even older technology?
Yeah.
Technology sufficiently advanced appears to be magic. Right?
Yeah.
So what if magic as we understand it is actually even older technology?
Right.
Right? That you learn to manipulate. Again, the eyes don't see, the brain sees. Your eyes are is the tool that allows your brain to interpret what it's looking at.
Well, what's your definition of tech?
I don't know. But see, that's how these fuckers today are not willing to understand that maybe somebody in the past was more advanced than us.
Right.
Because we're looking at technology the way we're looking at technology today.
Sure.
Well, without a computer, you're unable to calculate the fucking error.
Right.
Well, without a crane, we can't lift this 50,000 ton fucking block.
Right.
So we're looking for technology the way we understand technology today. I don't know what technology, all the forms of technology. So therefore, I would say because I read a comic, right?
That's good.
I can say that I am open to what technology can be.
Okay.
And I'm more apt to believe that magic is more of a, I'm not saying that I don't believe in it, but it's just a fine line depending on how far back you're willing, what kind of leaps you're willing to make as to what it is. Because magic is unexplainable, really.
Right.
Right? It's like explaining fucking infrared. I don't know where it came from. We just know it's there.
Correct.
And we can tap into it.
Well, it's funny you say that ancient tech. What about if we add some dimension to it? It's ancient tech from a different dimension.
Sure.
Because that's essentially what they're doing. They're tapping into powers from other dimensions and bringing them here. They're using, it's not like, they're fucking sprouting magic out of their hands, even though it looks like it with the sling rings and shit.
Right.
They are tapping into powers from different dimensions, just like Scarlet Witch does, just like fucking Doom does. And then that's eventually what, screwed up the ancient one was she was siphoning power from the dark dimension where you're not supposed to.
Right.
So it could be like the power she siphons from the dark dimension in the dark dimension could just be their tech. Right?
Well, yeah, it could be. It could be. But even the rings is tech because it's allowing you to do something. It makes it look like you're manipulating magic or this unseen force when you actually, like you said, you tap it into something else. So I don't know.
I mean, I think about it like Wi-Fi. I always bring up Wi-Fi, right? Wi-Fi, it's not magic, but you can't see it.
Right.
How do you know it exists? Well, that's how I'm using my computer right now.
Sure.
There is a device that sends out that signal, right? Now this is, so I guess stretch that over to another dimension. What if the device was in another dimension and you needed a tool to tap into that dimension to get the fucking Wi-Fi?
Who's to say that Wi-Fi tech isn't in another dimension? It's just your receivers are able to pick that shit up.
Could be.
I'm just saying,
So you're saying Doctor Strange is a tech genius. In a
I don't
nutshell.
know. I don't know. All I know is there are things beyond our understanding. Sometimes you get lucky and you figure out how to tap into it. It's like Tesla, tapping into this free energy shit.
Right.
He figured out that the Earth has a specific frequency, and if you tap into that, you get these results and shit. Is that magic? No. But it could be seen as magic.
Sure.
Right?
Looks magical. Sure. Then they kill you and say you're crazy and sprinkle some crack on the fucking crime scene, So anyways, Doctor Strange, it was a great movie to revisit. Right. I really fucking enjoyed it. And next week, we're in for another treat. It is Thor Ragnarok, my favorite Thor movie. You get an amazing version of the Hulk in this movie, some really cool fucking fights, and then Doctor Strange will pop up as well. So that is next week. And before we move on to Hidden Gem, Adrian, we're going to read a comment, not a comic, a comment. We're going to read a few. We got some comments from last week, so shout out to the Legion of Interns. Shout out to all of the OCC, Adrian, the Only Comics crew out there. And, last week was our 3-year anniversary, or 3-year birthday of Only Comics. So we had some videos. We'll get back into some comments this week. Let's see. Starting off with a Hidden Gem request. So we got Jack Say says, do a Hidden Gem on Batman Beyond. Terry McGinnis, please. Okay, that is a good one. Let's see. Race Jordan says, 3 years. Wow, I've been watching for the last year. Thanks for putting that work in. AWOB, we appreciate you. Mick Skeeter says, AWOB, gentlemen, and congrats on your 3 years. Holy shit, just watched Daredevil season finale. Did anyone else think of the 100 Men versus the Gorilla? Yes, we did. I did. When Kingpin was smashing skulls. God damn, that scene was great. Love the Who the Fuck is Mystique. I hope we get a version like that in the MCU future. That would be awesome. Congrats again, guys. Thanks for creating Only Comics. Have a great week, y'all. We'll appreciate that. McSkeeter, the Captain, motherfucking Canada. AWOB, fellas, congrats on 3 years. The Daredevil finale was awesome. He pulled an Iron Man. It definitely setting up it's definitely setting up the prison scene from Brand New Day.
Yeah,
It fucking better be, Adrian. I'm gonna protest. I'm gonna charge the site. I'm gonna go to the site like they went to Area 51 a few years ago, and I'm gonna attack Kevin Feige. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. My car blows up.
You just sue you.
Yeah, true. Hope we get more comic accurate Mystique for the new X-Men franchise. Jennifer Lawrence pooch screwed that one. Yes, she fucking did. Shout out to the interns. It was fun seeing the person behind the name. Salute, guys. That was cool. And we mentioned this when we got done. Like, dude, what a diverse group of people, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't again, usually just see the person's tag, their names. You have no idea. But I mean, everyone from black, white, Hispanic, in the middle, old, young, fucking everything. People from fucking Australia. Our boy Slap Perez from Australia, all from around the world. So that's awesome. It's cool that, not only do comics, but Only Comics unites that many people, from different walks of life. PhD of Wrestling. What's going on, guys? Another great episode. You mentioned it was Tony convincing Steve to enjoy his life is what caused the incursions, which means Tony is the one fucking shit up again. He's always fucking shit up, dude. Also, I think Steve Rogers being who he is, I doubt he had a peaceful life in the past with Peggy. He has a sense of duty, which he would have gotten involved in some shit. I mean, it's a good point, right? Like Frank, we talked about his whole PTSD is like missing the war. I don't think Steve's is that much, but is Steve someone who's can sit there and just live be the husband and hang out? Or does he got that kind of itch to go out there and,
I think he had that. I think he had that itch because that's actually what got him, having that itch is what got him into the army in the first place.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, he just changed his name, fucking his address. He did everything that he could in order to get in because he wanted to serve.
Sure.
So that wouldn't have gone away because who Steve Rogers is regardless of the super soldier serum.
Right. So yeah, I could see him struggling with that in the past, and maybe he does do something else to fuck shit up. Who knows?
Yeah, but so all the adventures that he had as Captain America kind of like, I would say kind of burnt it out of him so that then he can be a husband at the end. Because you got to get that, you got to get that shit out, right?
Yeah, definitely. Slapper Wrestling, AWOB, my guys, 3 years. Appreciate y'all letting me be involved, sending a message. My son is about to turn 3 next week. Well, hopefully he's wiping his own ass like Only Comics.
Right, and walking.
Yeah, and walking. You start walking at 3. I'm excited for Spider Noir. Same. We haven't even talked about that today. I love me some Cage Rage and the boys getting together for a Cage Rage marathon. Okay. Some of The Rock and some National Treasure. That was a good movie, National Treasure.
I like those.
Yeah. I mean, Nick Cage he's a legend.
Yeah, he is. It's just too bad he don't know how to manage his money and shit.
Yeah.
It's funny, he don't know how to manage his money, so they give more movies so he can get out of that. Wesley Snipes, they put him in jail. I'm just saying.
Right. Yep, that's how. I don't know. I wonder what the difference is there because he played Blade. Is that what?
That's what it was. It was fucking horrible.
He says, "I'm sorry, guys. I've been gone for a bit. Summer made it hard to listen to stuff at work. That's all right, dude. In the Aussie heat ain't no joke. Also watching 400 episodes of TV last month. Yeah, he was probably watch some TV, dude. Let's see. He says, caught up on The Boys. Gen V." Mike, I love you, included DC, bro, even though it's not that much. This week, when I saw Shaggy got cast in Man of Tomorrow, that's just weird. Funny how James Gunn wrote the Scooby-Doo movie way back. Oh, you're talking about Matt Lillard. Yes. Oh, the guy who plays Mr. Charles with Bullseye. He's in Man of Tomorrow now. Let's see. Shout out. Got to give my praises for Seth Rogen. I started watching The Tick and learned that he's a lot of reasons why the shows like Invincible and The Boys and The Tick and The Preacher Found a Home. Yeah, I mean, Seth Rogen is definitely pushing for the adult comic book content.
Weed smoking Seth Rogen?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's two things that go hand in hand, dude. Weed smoking and comics, Adrian.
There you go.
He's got a couple questions. How hyped would y'all be for a Midnight Suns movie? And do you think it's something we should get going into the X-Men saga? Hype.
Didn't we talk about that like a year ago?
It's been rumored that, they're working on one. Hyped, I don't know if I'd be hyped, but I would definitely, I would be interested in seeing it.
Sure.
I think I would want it. I would But is it something we should get going into the X-Men saga? Only if it doesn't delay the X-Men saga.
Right.
Like, I want the X-Men. If you go X-Men Midnight Suns, you can take the Midnight Suns, put them in that same trash can over there with the Zack Snyder verse,
Right.
and I'll take X-Men. But if it answers both, then fucking bring it on, dude.
Sure.
I gotta ask, and I know y'all probably already answered, but when it comes to Omni-Man, this is a question for you. Omni-Man versus Homelander versus Superman, who wins?
Omni-Man versus Homelander versus Superman. I think in the end it would come down to Superman and Omni-Man. Now every time there's a versus with Superman, they always give him more power and shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it could be Superman from a strength perspective. But I think now, are we talking Viltrumite Omni-Man or this new pussy whipped Omni-Man? So if it's Viltrumite Omni-Man, I think Soups would take it. Overall.
Okay, Soup really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. He's if not even the variants of him, I think just the core Superman would take it.
Got it. Okay. Well, Slapless thinks Omni-Man, but he might be wrong, he says. Well, sounds like you're wrong, dude. No.
Well, because there's no when it comes to Viltrumites, there's no real comparison. They don't do strength levels the way they do. It's almost like there's no mutants in DC. There's no enhanced in Marvel. There's no strength class in that Icon Comics or whatever.
Okay.
So even though like last week when I was researching Battle Beast, he's classified as being able to lift hundreds of thousands of tons, which is a fucking lot.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
But that puts him on the Omni-Man level. Now, Thrag he was designed to be the strongest Viltrumite, period. And he's taking punches from Mark like Mark's not even hitting him. And Mark will eventually grow to be even more powerful than his father.
Got it.
So I would say Superman from a lot of perspective because Superman can travel. I mean, the Viltrumites, they can fly through space and shit. But Superman, I mean, he can literally cross galaxies in seconds and shit like that. So, I mean, it's just insane.
Got it.
So I think Soups would take it.
All right. Well, the dub for Soups. Jaylani Latif Music says, happy 3-year anniversary. Discovered this podcast about a year ago. I've been hooked ever since. A fellow comic book fan and a unk. I relate to y'all on many levels. Salute and continued success. We appreciate that. Roadside Rider, 2nd-year listener, first-time commenter. Damn, you listened for 2 years and you dropped his first comment. Happy anniversary. To make it to 3 years is amazing. I know, fucking Kim Kardashian can barely do it. Also, you guys are probably the realest and most authentic comic book podcast on YouTube. Oh, it ain't no fucking probably, but I agree. Lastly, one mic to another. Mike, I'm so glad you finally decided to watch Invincible. I've been begging my friend to start as well. And ironically, I'm black, he's white. That's the dynamic, dude. Yeah. My daughter was like, you guys look like complete opposites. You're like, he's black with a white beard. You're white with a dark beard. Like, and you're both bald. It's like, it's just like, that's why we did it.
That's why we did
the main reason.
Exactly.
Really. Yeah.
Exactly. Had nothing to do with comics at all.
No, we're like, dude, we look like opposites. So let's fucking do it.
Right.
I like, and like you, he started last week and only watched the first episode. You can't make this shit up. It's ingrained in my DNA, Adrian, you know?
So I heard this thing on TikTok. So apparently we're both not unks. So there's like different levels, right? So it's like women, with the cougar and the cat and all that kind of bullshit. So you're in the unk range. Apparently, I'm in the OG range.
That's true. You know, they just think you're younger. That's the thing. Yeah,
probably. It's my enthusiasm.
That's what it is. I heard this before. Black don't crack, Adrian.
And there's that.
There's that. So you know what? You Adrian,
you do eventually.
Everyone does.
Around
right?
90, something like that.
Man, so you're the OG.
Around 90, you start looking, 35.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
For us, it's like you turn fucking 22 and shit. You look 40. You're like, all right. Maple Grove from overseas says, hey guys, happy anniversary. Been here 2 years and have learned so much about comics And maybe some other stuff too. Yes, I bet you have thought of I thought of an idea and theme with a 3-year flashback. How could you rank the movies or shows that came out when you guys started compared to what it is releasing this year, and see if MCU? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Look at our first year, what they put out versus this year, and are they doing any better off than they were? It's a good one. If I remember, I will do that next week. Apologize, I never sent the video. That's okay, dude. From the Irish intern, maybe next time. Josh Diaz, super fire episode, gentlemen. Congrats on 3 years. What do you say? I haven't been here for 3 years, but I'll be here for the next 3 and beyond. Peep the intern shout-outs videos were dope. Pretty cool to see the diversity. Yeah, absolutely. You guys having the fan base, which is a testament to you guys and how your content resonates with different backgrounds. Everybody really came through with banger videos. So salute, fellas. And on to, he says, on the road to Secret Wars and a road to motherfucking a milli, or at least 10K. Yeah, we had a 10K first. John Bonvon says, thanks for reaching out. It was great to be involved. He sent the video as well. I've been MIA going through what the Navy calls chief season with the Coast Guard right now. You probably know about this, right?
I think I do.
Okay. But he's going through chief season. He's busy. He hasn't caught up on any of the Daredevil, so he didn't want it to be spoiled. Well, guess what? It's over now, so now you can check back in. But that's a good point, because it will fucking get spoiled.
Yeah.
But he says, I love you guys. We love you too, bro. Appreciate you. Let's see. We got a few more. Trying to get this. So I want to get to this hidden gem, Adrian. OG Dirte. He's an OG, says, or we got maybe he's an unk and he's calling himself an OG. You know?
Could be.
You learn new fucking rules. Learn something new every day.
Right.
Mike, Adrian, interns, I want to say for the record that I was the one who said Daredevil will be in Spider-Man Brand New Day, and he's in the Spider-Man trailer with the hand. Disney wasted their money trying to hide that shit. Okay. I also believe Bullseye will be part of a team Thunderbolts assembled by Mr. Charles or Valentine. I agree with that. Since I play Marvel Rivals, I caught the Atlas name as in the Agent of Atlas. Maybe we can get a who the fuck is the Agents of Atlas. Okay. Episode 8 of Born Again was a 9.5 for me. The season was definitely better than the first season. I think Marvel fans who haven't been watching this is tripping. Glad Jessica Jones' powers didn't shut off again. Yeah, that was fucking stupid. And finally, Adrian, can we get a hidden gem on Marvel's Cyber, Silas Burr? Trust me on this one, AWAB. Okay. 29 Capri says, 3-year anniversary. Let's see. Sons of Sekmat question. If you had to trash talk to any superhero and knew they would respond, who would you cut a promo on? Oh man, I know you'd probably pick Daredevil right now for not killing people. If you had to trash talk somebody, dude.
I had to trash talk somebody.
A superhero. And you knew that they would respond.
Probably She-Hulk. So you piss her off. So see if I can slide up in there too.
Oh,
like Matt.
Shit. Okay. Mine would be Smart Hulk. I would trash talk that bitch with your stupid fucking glasses and your little arm slings. Shut up, fucking pussy. Anyways, let's see. We got a couple more here. Sons of Sekmat says, hey, any possibilities we could do that team tournament this year? I thought about it. The thing is, we got so many fucking segments as it is. So there is a possibility. I just don't know if it'll be anytime soon. And then a couple Spotify. We got, let's see, John Jones says that I'm missing the best part of Invincible because it starts at the end of the first episode. Finish the damn episode and you will binge the rest.
Right?
Quit fucking around, he says. Dark Dad returns. Oh, he's also House of Cow Tea. He's from Manchester, Connecticut. Okay, I didn't send my video, but I wanted to say I appreciate you guys and the content. Well, thank you. Been listening, watching for over 2 years. Sounds like a lot of people found us after the first year. So maybe the first year sucked and we got really good year too.
I think the first year kind of sucked.
Yeah, so it was after that.
Hey,
no, you guys just took too long to find us.
Exactly. Yeah. We was like, sharpening our knives, getting shit together.
Absolutely. Yeah, we were prepping, dude, like the Punisher. He found us scrolling on TikTok, been helped ever since. You guys helped me get my degrees. I tell everyone I can listen to you and become an intern. Being an intern has been one of the best decisions of my life. I don't doubt that. Keep doing your thing. Look forward to more certified bangers. We appreciate that. C says, another week, another motherfucking banger. We need the Unaliver and the Silver Fox and Doomsday to stop RDJ. I think we could do that. We can handle it. Love the podcast and the dynamic. Cheers to another 3 years and some money. Yes, and some screening invites. Yeah, what year does that shit start?
Right.
Fuck. And then creme de la creme, the Daredevil finale was awesome. Hoping Spider-Man was going to swing in there at some point. Of course he did. No, he didn't. Metalhead, happy anniversary, guys. Looking forward to hearing another 3 years of hearing only about comics. Cough. I know at least 3 people who are waiting for the finale of Daredevil to hit so they can binge watch it in one go. Doubt that accounts for a massive drop. Oh, yeah, you talking about people check that. Yeah, I don't think that's massive. Oh, and he had a request, going to slip in another who the fuck is request for Frank Castle. Well, you fucking got that today.
Right.
And then F Bogey 1 says 159 AWABs, you two motherfucking rock. Well,
Nice.
appreciate all the shout outs, appreciate all of the interns. Now, Adrian, who is our motherfucking hidden gem?
So, I talk a lot about the supporting characters, the people that, make up the make the superheroes who they are without being super themselves. The Gordons and the Alfreds and, the Aunt Mays and shit like that. So today, especially since it's Mother's Day, right? So we're going to go to a supporting character. And you would know this person because you haven't got past the first episode yet.
Oh, it's not this person right here?
Who?
Martha.
No. It's definitely not
Damn
that.
it.
It's definitely not that. I don't even think I would do that shit. Fuck both of them. Anyway, this week's hidden gem is Debbie Grayson, Mark Grayson's mother from The Invincibles.
Okay.
Right? So she's basically the emotional backbone of Invincible. So she met Omni-Man, Nolan, right? He actually saved her, right? So he saved her. They got to talking, calling, cuddling, and eventually got married. Omni-Man actually did fall in love with her. So she knew who he was from the very beginning. She just didn't know his agenda, right?
Got it.
So they go on, she obviously she has Mark, and she really didn't know his agenda until, so what you'll find once you start watching The Invincibles, first of all, it's fucking visceral. So he's with this superhero team.
Yeah.
And he goes through and just fucking kills them all, right? And he kills them all because his whole goal of being on Earth is to weaken Earth so that when the Viltrumites come, they can just easily take over. Not that it would take much. But so he takes out the Guardians of the Globe, which is his team. But then, of course, he brings the bloody fucking uniform home, right? And Debbie finds it. So that's how she knows. She starts to put, one and one together, and she figures out, hey, something's wrong with this cat, right? So come to find out, he tells her, basically, I came here to do this thing. You're just a pet to me, right? So after fucking 20 years, he calls his wife a pet. And so that fucks her mind up. And the fact that he just went through and killed all these characters and stuff. But so anyway, so she's the human character in Invincible, no powers whatsoever. And which makes her perspective uniquely grounded in the world because she's surrounded by these gods, basically, right? She's married to the most powerful person on the planet, but then she's surrounded by, Cecil. He's like patch guy for Shield. Fury. He's like Fury in Shield. He's over this super secret government thing, working with all these supers to maintain order on the planet, so on and so forth. So she's powerless, surrounded by all of this fucking power. And so she's Korean American, played by Sandra Oh. So adds a little, culture into Mark's identity. And so while Omni-Man is off on all his fucking adventures, right? So she's raising Mark as basically a human boy. Yeah. Now they do know that at some point he's going to develop his powers. Right. They just don't know when it's going to happen, right? So in the meantime, she's raising him as a regular boy, which is kind of the only reason he doesn't become his father, right? Because Omni-Man takes him after he gets his powers, and he's teaching him how to do his powers, and he basically pulls him aside. Hey, dude, we're here to take over this fucking planet. you're, in 50,000 years or big difference between 5 and 50. Well, anyway, in 5,000 years, everybody that you know and love is going to be dead, right? There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
So Mark's like, I don't want to do that. My mom. And so Nolan like beats the shit out of this dude, right? But Mark is like that because of his mother, Debbie. So after she finds out that Nolan is this fucking vile, alien, and he's like a murderer going around, decimated his own team. She goes into depression. She becomes an alcoholic. She's drinking. She's doing this and so on and so forth. But eventually, she comes out of that. She's a real estate agent, so she hooks up with. So once everybody knows that Omni-Man has done this shit, he goes off. He leaves the planet, right? Because the entire planet fucking hates him, right? I mean, he's done other shit too, but he leaves the planet. He goes off. She goes through this depression. She hooks up with this other real estate guy. So she's slowly coming around, and at the same time, Mark is still around. So come to find out, long and short of it, Nolan, he goes off to another planet, fucks some other chick, right? Has another child, Oliver. Oliver ends up coming back to Earth. And now Debbie is also raising Oliver. So what Invincible goes and gets him, right? Brings Oliver's back because that's his little brother, right? He's all green and shit. And then eventually turns pinkish, but he also has Omni-Man's powers,
They
right?
didn't throw him in a waterfall like Mystique?
No, none of that.
Damn.
So now not only is Nolan this vile fucking alien that's, bent on dominating the planet, he's gone now. She's left raising their son alone, but now here comes this other kid from not only another female, but from another race of being, right? So now she's raising Mark and Oliver, and she goes through all of this stuff. So toward the closing of the season, so she breaks up with the guy, the real estate guy, asked her to move in with her.
Yeah.
And eventually she's like, fuck you, guy, whatever. And they still friends. But what she realizes that she's surrounded by, all of these people. And the guy even told her, he's like, listen, you're not like a regular person. You got all of this trauma. You've done all this stuff. You've been around these powered people. Your son is going out every day fighting these, impossible aliens and beings and all this stuff all over the planet. You don't have a normal life. Well, you're used to that shit.
Right.
You can't, you're not going to be able to stand this kind of relationship. So go and do your shit, right? So they break up, and in the meantime, there's this war. The Viltrumites, they're like trying to take over everything. Nolan, and Invincible, and this other Thaddeus, they destroy Viltrum, so on and so forth. Now Thaddeus is bringing all the Viltrumites back, and so on and so forth. Well, Oliver gets fucked up because Oliver goes with him because he's like, I got to prove myself, blah, blah. Oliver and Nolan, they go, actually they all go to fight the Viltrumites. Oliver gets fucked up real bad. First, what's the kid? Anyway, Invincible, he gets fucked up, but also Oliver eventually gets fucked up, so he's got to heal. They come back to the planet. They leave Oliver wherever he is to heal, right? And so they come back, and then what happens is Nolan and Mark, they're getting ready to go back to fight the war, and Deborah, she's like, Oliver is my son. I'm going to go to him. So she's actually now on a fucking spaceship with Nolan, and eventually they'll probably patch back up the way it's looking because Nolan's is so remorseful for all the shit that he's done. He knows that he was wrong and so on and so forth. So now she is on a spaceship going to nurse or be there for her adoptive son, Oliver, who's on some fucking planet somewhere else in a tube being healed. So the reason I brought this, I thought it was appropriate. I thought it was, a good idea. Debbie, she's like the ultimate mom, right? You got a mass murderer for a fucking husband, right? And she told this fucker off. Nolan can literally just they like this, this hand gesture, like either they're gonna cut your head off or they're gonna slice you in half. The point is that he could have just erased her instantly, but she's so fierce. She's so committed. It's like I gave you all of my entire fucking life, which is what a mother does. In a wife, I gave you all of this shit, and then you treat me. You even told me I'm a fucking pet, right? So she's ferociously mad at this motherfucker. She's unrelenting, unforgiving, and Nolan, with all his power, he's like, he can't look her in the eye. He's fidgeting around her and all this other kind of shit, and please and all this kind of shit. So now they're on this spaceship. They're going to be to go find. She's going to be with Oliver, so that when he wakes up, that she's there. So homage to Debbie Grayson, the ultimate mom, despite all the shit that her husband put her fucking through.
Right.
The fucking killing people, almost destroying the planet, setting up to raise all of mankind, going up, not just fucking around, but going to a whole nother fucking planet. Having a child, which now she's taking care of and raising and shit. And then she's still willing to, do all of this stuff. And ultimately, I think that, again, she's gonna, they're gonna end up being a family. But she's the reason that Mark, again, like I said, is not her husband.
Right.
Because if Nolan would have took Mark, isolated him, he would have been exactly like his father, and then that would have been a whole different thing. So talking about supporting characters, again, no powers whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right. And she's around. She's the backbone of that family, keeping all that shit together despite what Omni-Man is doing. And now she's, once again putting herself in danger by going off planet to fucking, save her child.
Shit.
So Debbie Grayson.
I mean, she's no Martha, Adrian, but I think I think she's a solid mom, dude.
Yeah.
She definitely gets a Mother's Day present, and Mystique is not going to,
Right.
But another great hidden gem. Adrian, do you think that she should get a present?
Yeah.
Mystique should not, right? But we're fair on the.
So is a mother, or is a woman with children mothers? Is mother a physical thing or I don't know?
No, you got to work at it.
Yeah.
It's not just given. No, just fucking spitting them out does not make you a mother.
Okay.
So I think since she threw her fucking kid into the waterfall, no Mother's Day gift, right?
Are we also mothers?
Yes,
as men.
100%,
We're fathers and mothers.
Right? Obviously,
and sometimes motherfuckers, right?
Yes.
So does that make us transgender or bisexual or
transparent? It makes us transparents. Yes.
Okay, there you go. I like that, transparents.
But my question is, because those are pretty cut and dry, right? Miss Grayson over here should get a present. Mystique, not so much. Should Wanda get a present?
Wanda. In her mind, yes, probably, right?
So in her reality, yes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the Wanda we know doesn't really have kids. Some Wandas in other universes have kids.
Right.
She made these kids up out of thin air and fucking tried to kill someone else to get to. I mean, she's a mother.
Not only did she make the kids up, she made the whole fucking environment up to support the fact that she made up these kids.
Yes, Mother of the Year, Wanda Maximoff.
Right.
All right. Well, Adrian, as we say every week, the sun's getting low, big guy.
Yep.
We got some agree to disagree as we take this thing home. We appreciate y'all being on the journey with us today. Subscribe if you haven't already. Go to onlycomicsmerch.com, get some amazing merch, or fucking don't, but sit through this agree to disagree. So here we go. Are you ready?
Oh, hold on.
Yep.
We saw videos from, a few people. We get a lot of comments and stuff. Do we have any female interns or any female subscribers?
Like 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, because I would love to shout out to those mothers as well,
that's
specifically
true.
if we had any interns,
Yep, no, good point. If we do have any mothers watching, happy Mother's Day. If not, all you male interns, happy Mother's Day. You guys are mothers too. Maybe not. All right, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Number 1, Daredevil Born Again Season 2 was better than Season 1.
In context, yes.
Okay. Kate Bishop and Echo should have showed up at the end of this motherfucker.
Absolutely. The fuck?
Killing Daniel was the right move from a story standpoint.
I agree.
But we'll miss you, Daniel. Miss you, Daniel.
I won't.
Matt Murdock's I am Daredevil moment is right up there with the original I am Iron Man moment.
Bullshit. I don't agree with that at all. Should have never happened.
Daredevil should absolutely be in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Agree.
And Wilson Fisk will 100% be back in season 3, causing motherfucking chaos.
I agree.
Again.
He has to.
He has to. So, well, and then last but not least, all of you watching us right now on TikTok, take your motherfucking asses over to the YouTube page, the Spotify channel, subscribe so you can get the full dose. You're ready for the full dose now, I believe. So you can graduate to the full motherfucking episodes. But we appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate all you subscribers. Shout out to all the interns. Another week, another banger, as they say, Adrian. Another one now. As I said in the beginning, we've been doing this for 3 years plus now.
Right.
Plus, so.
Well, it's spoken out as 3+ years.
Oh, that too.
Not 3 years plus.
Both. So it makes it 6 years, kind of, in dog years.
Okay.
Yeah, anyways. Well, Adrian, thanks for coming out.
Absolutely.
Guys, thanks for watching. If there are any mothers watching, happy Mother's Day. If not, happy Motherfuckers Day for the other side, you know? And if you want more of us, there's more. You can join us on other stuff. We're going to talk about Dr. fucking Strange's attire a little bit. We're going to talk about this Valiant Thor motherfucker and these fake fucking UFO photos. This bullshit.
Oh my God. Just get over it.
For real. Give us the real shit.
Exactly. Just give us the Independence Day event. Call it a fucking day.
Thank you.
You know?
Instead, you're not going.
Well, maybe not Independence Day.
No, yeah. Let's gradually get to that. Anyways, thanks for watching. Adrian, thanks for coming out.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next week right here on Only Comics.
Peace.